And welcome back, everybody. It's me. I'm Adam. I'm going to be your game master for the evening. And welcome back to Cinematic Epic. We've got a whole bunch of stories to be told and some cliffhangers to, hang on or something. Follow up on. We'll get there. But before we can talk about what happened last session and what we're going to be dealing with this time, we have to give a quick shout out to Tabletop Audio. It is what helps bring to life the sessions with ambiance and music and just in general flair, from dungeons to sci-fi to inns. It's just a little bit of everything, and it adds that cinematic note that we appreciate here so much. So of course, a huge shout out to them. Last time on Cinematic Epic, we had some interesting things start to get unraveled, some threads being pulled. Jin sending messages back to home. Well, he didn't directly. He had someone else do it for him, and they may not have used the exact verbiage he was going to. We'll see how the response goes to that here soon. Via the Mages Guild is how their message was sent. The party was split into two separate paths. One harrowingly pretending to be termite inspectors in a hotel and walking around a little bit and kind of getting confused and annoyed. But they talked to some people. Mark, he's cool. But the other group had a insane adventure. It was Jin and Orlenna battling on the stage to save the Thespians from the dastardly Ricard. And the storylines to follow, as they are now promoted to the Thespians security team, much to the dismay of the manager. But his story is also still to be told. But we have some insight to gain from our party, so let's check in with them. Let's bring them on up, and we're going to start off with Orlenna. How we doing?
Ooh, I'm doing all right for now. Hopefully I survive. Okay, so again, my name is Alicia. I am playing the character Orlenna. She is a quirky little elf. Not little, she's about 5'10", same height as me. Tan skin, long dark hair. She has like bright violet colored eyes she can use to see in the dark. She is not from Ambervale. She's from a neighboring kingdom. And she discovered when she, at a young age, she had an affinity for baking. And all of her baked goods, she could imbue with magical powers that either help or usually help the party. She traveled to Amberville because she's in search of an herb or a plant. I guess plant's an herb that is strong enough to help her bake something that she can use to avenge her parents. On the way to Ambervale, she was with a group. The group slowly disbanded along the way. Now she's trying to find a new group. She's hoping that this is her new group. But I guess only time will tell if she can actually trust them. I know she's the most unassuming character, but is the only one to actually kill anyone thus far.
A whole lot of people.
So it's a little more than she bargained for. But hopefully she can make it there.
Yeah, well, she has to start making some friends somehow. It's clearly not Jin. He really does not want to eat those muffins. That's he looked at a muffin and just passed out. He was like, nah, I'd rather just.
It's gonna come back to bite him.
Literally, that muffin's gonna bite him.
But we have a few more heroes to hear from, and the next hero to hear from is Hedera. I like that alliteration. How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? My name is Jasmine. I'm playing Hedera. She is a 6-foot-tall forest nymph, dryad, whatever you want to call her. She is the queen of the Forbidden Forest right outside of Ambervale. She has come to Ambervale, try to do a little bit of self-reflection and some grounding of sorts after a traumatic experience that she had in the forest. So she's trying to get back to being her normal self and finding out what she's capable of. And so far, what she has been capable of is turning someone into a tree and then ripping that person from the tree, making that tree rain blood, and then kind of creating this little half tree man thing. So, I mean, each time she thought she killed him, but he's still alive. So, you know, again,
think I
like
helped.
Orlenna said, she is the only one who has actually killed somebody. So far.
Oh, poor Frank.
Oh,
Frank and his tale of woe.
Catch up.
He is
Frank.
a sad little flower bed now. Well, maybe happy. You gave him some good fertilizer. You know?
I did give him some very good fertilizer, so he should be happy. He's got the good nutrients, everything that he needs.
But we have some more people to hear from. We need to hear from the dynamic Draklin, and that is Breakspear. Breakspear, how are we doing?
I'm doing well. So I'm Ian. I'm going to be playing it tonight. Breakspear, as you just heard, is a dragon. So he's a small dragon minus the wings. He's about 5'4", and a whole bunch of spunk is the best way to describe him. He's a gruff, kind of angry old man in a small, younger body. He hails from the city of Talmarn, far to the end. He is here because he is for his own way to become mature, whether that's something that he can physically manifest or if it's just becoming one in spirit. We're still finding out. But so far, he's been mainly following clue-cracking riddles so far, so let's see where it takes us tonight.
Yeah, and, the Mages Guild is doing their little hocus pocus, ritual. So I'm sure you're going to be excited to find out some things, or maybe disappointed. Who knows? I mean, that'll be up to you to react to. But we also have one party member left, and that is going to be our brawling fighter, twice knocked out, Jin.
Oh, why you do me like this? Hey y'all, my name is James, and tonight I'm playing Jin. He's a human martial artist. He's about 5'9". He wears just simple clothing. He has a vest that he wears. He keeps his arms and legs wrapped up with bandages most of the time, and he likes to get in close and try to beat people up. But he's those last couple weeks he's got a couple losses, and it's been quite some time since he faced someone that gave him such trouble. So right now he is hoping to receive good advice from his master so that he can potentially defeat this man the next time he comes, because we all know he's not going to stop trying to beat up these dang Thespians. So he's got to be prepared for next time.
He's got to be ready because everyone is kung fu fighting, and right now Jin's getting floored a little too often. So
yeah,
Ricard's going to start using him like a mop.
He mopped me up. I'll mop him up.
Oh, but that is our party, and this is the tale that we are going to be weaving tonight. And so, with that, each of the party members you've been getting more comfortable in your new rooms, as the new security detail has allotted you your own space. You're no longer in one bunk room. You each share a small pseudo house. It's basically like it opens into a door. There's a brief little area to like cook and things like that. There's a hallway, 4 bedrooms, and that's it. There's a bathroom out to the backside of it. But so it is still leagues above the closet that your 4 bunk beds, or your 2 bunk beds, were in prior. And so with this, you're getting a little more used to the extra luxuries that are coming in. And although it's been a boring week, and so as we lead up into the ritual, how would we like to spend that time? We're gonna have about a week from the day it is till then, and so how would we spend that time, Orlenna?
Okay, so okay, this whole experience so far is a lot more than I feel like I've ever had to deal with. So I feel like I need to better prepare, because I was not prepared for all of this. So in preparation, okay, I was gonna say Jin, but I don't know how I feel about Jin, because Jin and the whole muffin thing, he insulted my muffin. I know overnight I'm not going to get better with the dagger, but I feel like I actually need to train a little bit. It's not a thing I know. I haven't done this in a long time, but I feel like it's something I need to do. I also wanted to see if Hedera could help me out a little bit. In that I've been using the glaze from those muffins a lot. I wanted to see if she could help me make things that I could use to either dip the dagger or the arrow in. Since I've been doing that a lot, I feel like it makes sense. Hedera said she's good at making poisons. That could be a thing. If she can replicate the glaze based off of the extract that was on the muffins, that would be fantastic. Just...
I mean the herb. Replicate the herb, trying to make that rare herb, right?
Either the herb, yeah. So and then you'd be able to, because he said it was an extract, not like.
Yeah.
So, if she can help me do that just by the extract, that would be fantastic. But essentially, just trying to get a little bit better. So hopefully, I don't keep stumbling over my feet because this whole people keep getting close to me.
That's fair. So you'd be focusing on some combat practice and Hedera with the salve, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Hedera, how
We've
would
been
you
plant
spend
crafting.
So
I've been plant crafting. I've been working with Orlenna, kind of playing around with different plants and what kind of poisons I can come up with to for her to dip her arrows in and her dagger in. And since it's one of my skills, I've managed to create a new kind of poison where it is not harmful to Orlenna. It is only harmful to the person that she uses it against.
Okay.
So,
And that's
it's just like this.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Go ahead. Say that again. What were you asking?
And so that would be the focus of your week.
Yeah. So I've spent a lot of time just kind of playing around with my plants and seeing what I can create, because it's been a while since I've had a chance to just create with my nature, and going through and growing plants and experimenting and making things it's been very stress relieving for Hedera. She's feeling very very therapeutic. That's the word I was looking for.
Perfect.
Very therapeutic, and she was
real.
feeling like she's coming back into her old self again.
See, all I had to do was ask, and she lit up. Like you need my
So
help?
you want me to make poisons? Yes, I would love making poisons. Let's do it.
Breakspear, what about you?
So I would definitely be spending a good portion of my time studying that book of heraldry and ancestry that Breakspear was able to get for selling a heart scale to the Mages Guild. I think that during the time that he could not focus on the book, he would attempt to go, I think you mentioned it was Sasha from the theater troupe, who was good at hand-to-hand combat, and kind of sparring with her a little bit.
Sasha
trying to get a little better. Sasha and Indigo, yep. Trying to get a little better on that front. A little bit more in tune and using full body weight and kind of manipulating the self to new fighting styles and practices.
Right. And Jin.
Alright, Jin is going to eagerly await this message from his master. I think he's also would have, the day after he done woke up, after getting beat up again by Ricard, I think he probably would have sent another message to his master, just like, hey master, he got me again. I don't know. You got any advice? Like, what kind of training should I do? Because I'm trying, but we'll see what that does. Help me, please.
Help.
So second message to your master, and
then just some regular old training, just because he hasn't been able to train as much as he wants, because the duties that we have been getting in the way. So He's gonna use whatever free time he can to train, to prepare for, just for cards specifically, not even anyone else. Just thinking about, he's obsessed. Just he put me on the ground twice.
And how would you approach combat training with Orlenna? So, like, as an example, like, if let's say it wasn't going super smoothly and it was at a detriment to your own training, what would Jin's response to that be?
The fact that Orlenna asked for help would make it more important to him to help her than it is for him to do his own training. So he would take time away to help Orlenna.
Perfect. All right. So let's see how these things get told as far as the dice go. So let's see a roll for Orlenna for how her combat practice has gone. D20 roll.
No! Oh
Mr.
man!
DM, Adam. I forgot one. I'm sorry.
I almost set that up. What if it didn't go great? I love it. How delicious. And let's see how Orlenna's side of comboing with Hedera for the new plant poison goes.
Oh!
Okay. All right. Still good.
So close, but it's good.
That was real. That's still good though.
Let's follow that roll up with Hedera's combo roll for the poison.
Damn.
Oh. Put some glue on that one.
Orlando's is going great. Me, I'm having some trouble. Okay.
Hedera's general playing with creation of different plants. Get a roll for that.
Okay.
Yay!
Yo.
Yay!
Ooh.
It's basically a 20.
Yeah.
Right. And how well does Breakspear read? Let's see if he can study a book.
Oh man.
No
Oh,
pressure
man.
on reading comprehension.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
Good job.
He does pay
He
attention.
can read.
I do. Boy.
Now, how is his
It's like
flirting, I mean, fighting and sparring with Indigo and Sasha going?
Look, he's half their height.
Hey! Man, 17 is the number of the
Alright.
session. This session brought to you by the number 17. All right, so we've yet to see too many low rolls, so no pressure, Jin. Let's start with Jin's full-time training, as I would hope he has the ability to send a message. I'm not going to have him roll for that. So full-time training, Jin, let's see it.
Hey!
Oh!
17.
Nice.
Hey, we
What
bringing
the
it back.
world?
I wanted to not get a 17 from like everything else.
As soon as we hit combat, it's gonna be all threes.
All right. So,
Does he get one for me too?
oh yeah, let's combo Jin. Let's do that as well. So Jin comboing with the practice for
Help
Orlenna.
me.
Right.
Help me, please.
Hey!
Hey.
Jin
So
can
bad.
train. He can train. That's all he's good for. That's right.
So
Just not
to give
winning
a
fights.
little narrative description of how this week went for everybody. So
Okay.
Orlenna, the information you received from Jin was good. You took to it pretty easy, especially the just following the instructions part. You found it very similar to baking and going through the rhyme and rhythm of things. The overall physicality of Jin's training, though, it was just so much more than you expected. The fact he was, he's up at 2 a.m. to start his pre-warm up to do his full warm up, and you found yourself just going like, this is not for me. Like, I'm gonna get my lessons in. I've learned a few new tricks. That's awesome. I'm gonna focus on what's more important to me though, and that is this baking stuff. As far as your baking went, you found kind of a good way to help Hedera reverse engineer from the muffin and the effects that it was getting from the kind of the oven temperatures and things like that. And you were kind of able to present a general formulaic design to her. Hedera, when it came to recreating it, you weren't able to quite recreate it, but it's not like a doomed project. Right now, you've been able to store the idea in kind of like a sunflower seed as you're trying to make it a more repurposable, dried thing that can be stored easier and has some beneficial qualities / negative qualities depending on the user. It's not perfected, but right now you have the partial seedling of this project. As far as your general creation goes, you really found, especially stemming from this original project of trying to recreate this kind of new plant, that you've been able to play more with vine structures, creating obstacles, like fast-growing bushes, things like that. Also, even just getting like mosses and algae to grow on already damp surfaces that can slow / cushion falls and actions. Breakspear. You were in fact able to read. Good for you, buddy. No. But one of the big things that you've noticed as you're going through all this draconic lineage is a lot of draconic lineage is very muddled, and it's about a lot of hearsay, and it's hard to be able to just go like that one is who I am, and like the colors, they mold, they shift. There's no like rhyme or rhythm with that. However, you do know some of like the terminology that will kind of like jump out to you if you start seeing that pattern. Like, this is a really good framework for what you're going to be moving forward as far as identifying the different legacies of draconic kin. As far as your sparring with Indigo and Sasha, the big thing that they were both able to like infer to you is like you found like if you were in like a direct like trading blows with them, you were able to overpower them relatively easily. They didn't have what it took to like stand up to claw and teeth, though you did have to hold back because you can't afford to accidentally mar them while they're preparing for performances. Even in a held back stance, you're able to like push through them in a direct conflict. However, the second they started like fighting you offline, that's where you started to be like, they just move so effortlessly left to right, ups and downs, things like that, that you're starting to understand how you can move yourself a little more by shifting your center of gravity to like your tail side to create offline motion. Jin, your full-time training has gone well, especially as you made a mention of this in the last session. You really hone into all the moments that you've seen Ricard fight you, and just those moves that he does, how he stutters, how he stops, how he loads, how he taunts, and you're like replaying these images, and you're just remembering them, and going through those moments about how you can kind of get that upper hand next time. The big thing that you noticed, and you even noticed it on the stage with Orlenna, is she has the right impulses. She just needs some guidance to help set those things in stone. And so one of the big things that you talked with her about is how you can create offensive actions from defensive motions, and really drilling in like this idea of self-preservation into like moments of opportunity and daring attacks and things like that. And then one of the other ones that you really talked to her about is just trusting her accuracy and her skill with a bow. Sometimes just putting one through someone is gonna keep them away from a physical altercation in general. And with that, we are going to sim forward to the day, 2 days away from the opening ceremony, to what will be the Mages Guild night of festivities, talking with the spirits, brought to you by the Heart Scale of our Draklin Breakspear. The week goes by as described, and as we wake up on that day, the party kind of gets together, and you're kind of in your like lounge-ish kitchenette area when there is a knock at your door.
Who is it?
Are you all in there? Can I come in?
I go and open.
Is that the manager? Is it the manager?
As you open the door, it is Okrim, and he is. Good. Yes, you all. You are awake. I come bearing gifts, but also I don't want you to take offense from them. So, it's And I have to say, first off, I am more than happy that all of you are part of our new security. I mean, especially Indigo and Sasha have really been enjoying the more hands-on practices with Breakspear and such, but something has come to my attention, and that is Ricard is still just a bit too much. Jin, I think you can attest more than most that he is beyond any of us, at least in his current form.
It's just not natural. He's cheating! He is cheating!
But
what
I
do you
have
mean his
something.
current form?
Yeah.
I have something
Like,
that
all
might...
the rest of us were like, current form. And Jen's like, he's cheating.
I have something, though, that might help level the playing field. And that is, and he reaches back, and there's an assistant with him with a small silver tray, and he grabs the silver tray and he brings them over. And they're these small little hourglass looking cups, and sitting in them is a small glowing yellow orb.
Huh.
These are ancient, really. This is back from the Fall of Darkness. Ambervale used these to help elevate their heroes to another level, finding a way to hit new milestones. And that is something that I think for all of you could be beneficial. If you would, all you have to do is ingest them. And he holds out the silver tray.
Where did you get these from?
They are a gift from the king. Well, not directly, but it comes from his coffers. The owner of the festival is quite good friends with him. When I told him of Ricard and the dealings that we're going through, he was more than happy to give some aid, and this is a benefit to our own security, so it's a win-win. You all, after all, have risked your lives already. The least we can do is give you something that helps you fight a little harder.
So hearing this, Jin would bow deeply, thank you for the honor, and then would walk over to go grab a cup.
Okay. So Jin has one in hands.
But it's not meat.
You say, well, he's gonna tell me power, then I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Spear would grab a chair and kind of drag it over, hop up on the chair, and be like, "You certain that's gonna do what he said it's gonna do?"
Oh my god.
Very much so, yes.
Cool. Takes it and pops it right away.
Oh.
When he starts seeing him drink it, Jin's like,
All right.
Perfect. Orlenna and Hedera, are we taking part?
I'll grab the glass, but I'm watching how it affects Breakspear and
I was
Jen
going to
first.
say, yeah, I feel like I need to make sure they don't die first.
So I've got my glass, and I'm just going to
Walk up and we'll grab the cup, but I just going to make sure that they survive.
So Hedera, for you, while you watch through aura sight, both Breakspear and Jin, you notice their aura just becomes magnified in a very permanent way. It just seems brighter, it seems more vivid, it seems more lively.
Interesting.
do I feel strength coursing through my veins as I ingest this drink?
You do. In fact, Jin, let's do a sidebar.
Oh no!
Hey, wait.
I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this. Hello.
As you ingest the orb, you feel it hit your gut, and a warmth spread through your body. And almost immediately, you know, as a hero, you've hit a new milestone. And this milestone, as you're processing this information, your head spins and you start seeing these images. You see you, you see you in front of some sort of majesty, this light permeating in front of you as you are just accepting in this era. You see a somber self. You see yourself in a field, gazing out into all of the potential that could be, and you see a path that is barred from you, a path that is blocked, a gate lie in front of it, as if you cannot stride down this road, at least not yet. And you have a choice here, as you gaze into each one of these. The first choice is the hero of the helpless. The second, discipline in training. And the locked path, devastation strike. Would you like to examine either of the paths ahead of you?
Yes, please.
The hero of the helpless. You see your friends in danger, and you see yourself rising constantly to be this hero, to stand in the way of those who cannot defend themselves. You see yourself this penultimate creature of devotion to others. And the other path you see is you nearing perfection in just everything you do. The understanding of even the simplest task to the most complicated one through just this absurd level of discipline in everything you do. But you know that you can only walk one of these two paths right now. So which path does Jin choose?
I feel like Jin would choose discipline and training.
Discipline in training. Perfect. Discipline in training has been unlocked for Jin. And we will get to what all of that does here soon, as some of that is bookkeeping within your own sheet, but we're not going to do that mid-session. But that path has been walked for Jin.
Hey,
I'm just,
we in
you're
there.
just like sitting still.
Oh.
Next up, let's grab Breakspear. Breakspear.
Oh.
Needs sidebar.
Wait.
Oh god!
Oh gosh!
What? Dun dun dun. Uh-oh.
You pop the orb into your mouth. You chew it. It feels warm in your mouth, and then as it slides down your throat, it is the second best thing you've ever tasted in comparison to only the blood elixir from the bar. And
That blood creme brulee shot.
exactly, your scales shudder over your whole body as it like fully permeates within you. And you just know that you've unlocked a new milestone.
Cool. Whoa.
As you sit there and mentally you feel that draconic side of you start to stand proud, yet at the same time you just want to like bare your claws and roar. You see two paths ahead of you. One path representing the nobility of the draconic flights, the thing that men, elves, dwarves, humankind in general aspired to be as the apex life forms upon the planet. The other, relishing in the power of their apex nature, the ultimate hunter, the absolute beginning, end, and obliteration of all things that would stand in front of them. And you know that you're only able to choose one of the two paths: draconic nobility or draconic hunger.
Oh god.
Which path would Breakspear walk?
Breakspear would want to shoot for nobility, but I have no doubt that hunger is going to be a big role in his life, because he's always wanted to be more.
So,
Would he
which he's choosing which one?
Ooh, that's a tough one. probably go with hunger.
Draconic hunger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Draconic hunger. That path has been walked. Now, some of this is a little bit on the bookkeeping side, so we will approach some of this later in the evening. But for right now, the story continues. Let's head back to the party. So, having watched through your aura sight, Hedera, what would your action be?
So I think okay. So I'm gonna turn to Orlenna and be like, it looks like it doesn't seem to have any kind of a detrimental effect on either of them. It actually their auras are very strong now. So I think
It's
let's
safe?
go. It's safe. Bottoms up, as they say.
Oh,
Right? Isn't that what
Jin
they
just
say?
shadowboxing suddenly now that he finished the drink.
my
Just
God. All right,
Okay.
well,
Let's go.
yeah. Here it is. Oh,
Let's start with Hedera.
okay.
To the sidebar.
sidebar. Hello. Okay, what's happening?
Hello. So as you drink/eat the orb, you feel it is warm to the touch, all the way down into your stomach. It almost feels as if the sun is like radiating like within inside you for a moment, and you feel your very, your skin, the leaves, everything, the plants even around you begin to like bloom and flutter and flow as this process is within you, and you just know that you've hit a new milestone.
Oh.
And as you're going through all of this, you have visions of different flowers and plants and creations, all within an arm's reach of you. The paths lie before you. Only one can be chosen, and you know it. The first of which is nobility made manifest. It is the legend of the forest. It is this royalty that permeates from the very essence of the higher plant kind. The next is hardened, war-ready battle bark to just defend all that needs to be defended when it comes to the forest plants and animals. The third is adaptation. It is growth. It is the realization of weaknesses and striding past them in kind. And finally, the last is the wrath wrought upon those who would dare to claim territory that isn't theirs or take from territory that isn't theirs. These paths are each represented by a name. The Legend of the Forest, Battlebark, Dampwood, and Mercy is for the plants. Would you like to know more about any of these options?
So I have to pick one?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yes, I need oh my god. Okay, tell me more about the Legend of the Forest. Like, what exactly does that one do for me?
So, the Legend of the Forest, you see yourself elevated to a new level of renown. You see the word of the forest, the whispers become talk, the talk become gospel, the gospel becoming something more, potentially. You see yourself elevated to a new spotlight amongst the living world.
Oh, okay. What about Dampwood?
Dampwood, you see fire raging through a forest. The plants, they're unable to defend themselves until all of a sudden they shudder, they cool, and moss and water start to dampen all the wood, and the fire ceases to be able to grab hold of what it used to, being suffocated from the very fuel that it needs to. The fire extinguishes itself on its own effort, and the forest remains intact due to this rampant growth of dampwood.
So this means that, like, it can protect it, like, I am able to create it so that it will protect itself against outside dangers? Is that what that means?
These are all presenting themselves to you in vague dreamlike visions. So there's no
Okay.
direct answers here.
Okay. But this is like things that I will be capable of doing. Is that sort of...
Yeah,
Okay.
one of these will be the path you choose to walk.
What about mercies for the plants again?
Mercy is for the plants. You see armies charging forward in the sole goal of destruction and just needless, rampant, deforestation and the claiming of territories. And then one by one, the soldiers, as they're charging, trees sprout under them. No, through them. And you see the forest turned into this. You see the army turned into a forest of wailing soldiers who would take everything and are now left with nothing.
Oh, so like Frank. This choice is hard. Okay. Okay, now. Well, since I've listened to all the other ones, go over Battle Bark again. See what's more.
Battle Bark. You see a fighter like with a big sword and shield pushing like shield checking you, slicing at your clothes, and like the blade comes down on your arm as you're raising it. For a second while you're watching this vision, you feel yourself like, what are you doing? And then Bark shoots out from the you that you're watching and blocks the blade. The bark wraps around the sword, and then vines shoot up from the ground and begin to attack, and the fight continues.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that one's cool too. Ah, man, I can only pick one. God, these are all so cool. Okay, so I'm debating between The Legend of the Forest and Battle Bark. I think I'm gonna go with The Legend of the Forest.
Legend of the Forest. This path is now claimed, and this is the path you now walk. Now, some of this does require a little bit of bookkeeping as far as the whole milestone is concerned, which we're not going to worry about right now. So for now, let's return to the party.
Okay.
And finally, last but not least, let's do one more sidebar with
Sideboard. Okay.
Sideboard. So as the orb, hits your palate and you begin to swallow it, you immediately think, I could have used cinnamon. Always. As it hits your stomach, you feel a warmth and like a fresh batch of muffins. That perfect baking, and you just know as it tingles through your skin and your taste buds like come alive that you've hit a new milestone.
Ooh.
And from this new milestone, 3 paths begin to emerge for you. But you know that only one can be walked. In one path, you feel the softness of your mother. You remember what it was to bake, to create in this joyous moment, when you were younger. The next, a more masculine energy, your father. And you feel this craftiness, this ability to create in odd and different ways. And then finally, you see yourself. And you see yourself beginning to create your own path forward, focusing on you to create a better version of self. Would you like to know more about any one of these 3 paths? As they are Muffin Maker, Muffin Top, and Cookie Cutter.
Muffin Top is funny. All Cookie Cutter sounds bad, but it's me. And I feel like me is the most important. Hmm. Ah!
I can give descriptions.
Please.
So we'll start
That
with
would be
Muffin
helpful.
Maker. For Muffin Maker, you see the very idea of creating different baked goods, muffins, and things like that. You see your knowledge expanding on it, and your consistency and your dedication to your craft becoming more and more maintainable. For Muffin Top, you see the very creations that you've made start to have interesting and unique other activations as they're used in different ways than just through ingestion. And finally, you see yourself being able to attack more regularly, dodging, ducking, weaving, and then always striking true.
Ooh. Ah. It's weird. So I feel like my parents would want me to focus more on me, but I feel like me on my journey, since I'm trying to find something, since I'm trying to find what I need to avenge them, I
Mhm.
feel like what would be the most helpful is Muffin Top.
Muffin Top. All right. That is the path that has been chosen to be walked. And with that, there is some bookkeeping to do, but we're going to be doing that on the back end and not here in the session. So for now, let's return to our party.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
So with each one of you, all of you, Orlenna and Hedera, you both watch Breakspear and Jin go through, experience of like goosebumps down the skin, their scales rattling and clicking as they like settle back into place, things like that. Breakspear and Jin, as you watch Orlenna and Hedera, you note that while Hedera's going through it, the plants in the room like grow and blossom. And for Orlenna, there's almost an extra warmth in the air, and it almost as if the room got just a little bit sweeter. I take it that you all liked it then.
It was
It was
definitely
quite an
interesting.
experience. It was definitely
That's an
an
understatement.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you know if the king, big man, Huncho's got more of those.
Oh, the king has many more things. In fact, I can't ruin surprises, but trust me, the opening ceremonies are going to be absolutely marvelous.
All right, then.
Well,
But
then.
I do know that, if I'm not mistaken, you are all going to the Mages Guild's presentation up in the Shattered Pantheon. I will not
Yes.
keep you from that. I do have some things that I still need to do as rehearsals are going to be going on, but I, wish you the best of your day, and together we're going to take down Ricard. I can just feel it.
Thank you for your
Get
gifts.
him.
Yes.
Ah!
And he leaves, and his assistant follows him.
forget
So
about
what would the
this.
party like to do? I can't bring them.
I had a question. Crap.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, you said that there's 4 rooms in there in a hallway. What else is in there?
So the front door opens into like a kitchenette, light little dining room lounge kind of area. Then behind that, it's like, imagine it just got like you've got that, and then a hallway, and then there's just the 4 bedrooms, and then the bathroom is on the outside.
Do we have an oven?
Yes, in the kitchenette though. It is not a great one.
Not a great one. Okay.
Does that
Okay.
mean that it's
I had one
small,
more.
or
I
its
only had.
quality is poor?
I know. Right. Like poor quality. Like,
Yes,
oh,
it like in comparison to some like the other ovens that you have like available to you, it just doesn't have the same, like it doesn't hold its heat as well, it doesn't hold its heat as evenly. Like in a pinch, it's not bad for you to just be able to go like, okay, yeah, there's like a breakfast muffins, sure, but it's not something that you would really try to create it.
okay. Okay.
That tracks with the digs at
I just had one other question. When's the manager's birthday?
That is
Yes.
tomorrow.
I don't
Right.
want to forget. Okay, I don't want to
No,
forget.
right.
No, that's tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that guy doesn't have too many reasons to live. You really need to get him that muffin.
yeah. Okay, so if we don't have anything that we need to be doing, I would like to try to. I guess the only oven that's been doing me well is the one in the bar. You might have to go back so I can utilize this oven again. It's the only one that's look. First,
How
I
much
got
time
knocked
do we
out
have?
in the
How much time do we
community
have
oven.
before the ritual?
Not a huge amount of time, but enough
Okay.
time for each person to do at least one task.
So I can't go that far and be back in time.
You'd be cutting it a little close, but you could go there and back in the time allotted.
And bake.
Yes, yeah.
I have to make his muffin. Come on, y'all. Okay.
Listen, this is Adam's favorite part of every session is you going back to this bar so he can play this man again.
Well, that oven has done me well. Has it not?
All right.
True
So,
justice has
is
been
that-
done.
Is that
Those meat muffins were delicious.
Orlenna's going to spend her time before the ceremony going down to the bar?
Yes.
Okay. Hedera?
I don't want to miss anything, so I want to stay, close by, so I don't wander off too far before the ritual. This is a very
She's
rare.
traumatized.
This sounds
Maybe
like
it's probably best that I don't go back to that bar. So.
This sounds like when you leave to get in line early at the music show, so you can be at the front of the stage. So that's what it sounds like.
I'll do that.
And
Well, okay, this
Breakspear,
is a
what
very
about you?
rare opportunity for me. I don't want to miss any of it.
I wanna
that's
see it
fair.
all.
That's fair.
Breakspear would take that nice silk sheet that he stole from the hotel and take it to a tailor to get it made into like a poncho for his size with pockets.
Okay.
Holy
All
moly.
right. I like that. And then what about you, Jin?
I'm sure the festival sells baby clothes.
They're
So
too small.
Jim would like to go and use the time he has to try to find something that he could buy and give to Breakspear that could, like, I guess, go in place of his heart scale while it regrows. Just something kind of nice.
Oh, how
Aw.
sweet.
That's so nice.
All right.
cute.
Well, here let's
What's wrong
let's
with him?
start with let's start with a D20 roll for Jin to see how he accomplishes that task.
Oh,
It's gonna be some trash.
it's gonna be fluffy.
I called it. Why'd I say that? Why?
Jin, as you search for this item, you keep finding like basically it's just there's cheap things that you're like that's not even like just like giving the man an insult. Like, it's not worth it. And then the few things that you find, they're like, oh, that would be 10,000 gold. What? Okay, I'm not trying to like. Where's the middle ground? And that by the time you're done with that, you're like, I might as well head up to the ceremony. And so that's how you spend your day. Let's see how Breakspear does trying to find a tailor to suit his needs.
Nice.
Oh.
Look, I took.
Oh yeah.
So Breakspear, as you're going about, you're like looking for things. At first, you're running into no luck at all. You're just going like, you want to charge me thousands of gold for you to turn this sheet into something I can wear? Like, that's crazy. I only have a few specifications about it not hindering my movement and not, getting me killed, and and you're just not able to find that right price.
And it has to have pockets.
And pockets. However, though, as you're walking around, you're getting a little fed up, and you're kind of you're that close to giving up. You run into Indigo and Sasha, and they take you to the mannequin area where they just go. They walk you through having a costume made, and they just keep telling the staff that it's for the show, and so it is paid for by somebody else. And then finally, we're going to do another sidebar with Orlenna.
No.
Oh my
Heading
god!
down to the bar by yourself.
Awesome.
So you get down to the bar, and as you're walking up, Frank does push his hand out of the dirt and wave and go, "Hi."
Hello, Frank.
Do you stand and
How are
talk with
you?
Frank, or do you continue into the bar?
I'm just gonna say hello. Gonna give him a wave back. Going to the door.
As per usual, they open the door, they shut the door, they lock the door, they open the internal door, and you are in the bar. Oh, hey, Orlenna. Just you today?
Just me today. Just me today. Friend. No, I was hoping that I would be able to use your oven. This has been the best oven that I've come across the entire time I've been here.
Sure thing, sure thing.
But I have a question.
Huh?
Real quick. Just a quick
Sure.
question. So, since you have this new crowd, I was wondering, the extract from the plant you had before, do you still have some, and do you need it for these guys? And if you don't, could I have it?
I don't. I actually sold most of it. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
But, just there's ways to get things when you want them.
That doesn't sound strange at all. Things like how? What do you mean?
I'm just, when things are, you're not supposed to get them, you can get them. There's ways around it.
Can you get them?
Oh, I get my own things. I don't want to get too many things, because that's how you get got when you're getting things.
Well, I remember you said that you got this from a chef guy. Who is Chef Guy? Can Chef Guy help me get the things?
Dang, Orlenna, be cool. Not while there's people around. You know how vampires hear? They hear very well.
Fair. Well, you think about that while I clean out this oven and make this, I have to make a birthday muffin. Real quick.
Yeah,
You think about
oven's
it.
yours. Let's get a perception roll for you real quick, though.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So you would note as you're kind of walking back that the vampire girls that you had seen the last time you were in look a tad distraught.
Oh. Okay. Are they near the oven?
No, they're the opposite side of the room.
Oh my god.
But you do know that you are on the clock.
Yeah, I don't have time for this. I have to look. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to make this birthday muffin. I have to. This manager doesn't have a whole lot to live for. Let's clean out this. I have to clean out the oven and make this special birthday muffin with the regular fire, so I can get back. I'm on a mission.
You're on a little bit of a time crunch. Let's see how thorough you're able to clean the oven with the time allotted.
Okay. Oh crap. Okay.
So you open up the oven, and inside it just looks like this coagulated mess of blood and goop and gore, and you're like trying to like chisel it off, but there's so much of it, and the barkeep's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't clean that."
Oh no.
But I mean, as long as you don't use the regular fire setting, I mean, that should be.
Why can't I use the regular fire setting?
Oh, because then you just like heat all that up with regular fire. It's kind of gross.
So what were the other two settings?
It is like in a undeath-ish fire and a demonic fire.
Oh no. I can't. Oh no. I can't use either of those to bake this muffin for this man.
Why not? I've had the muffins when they're on those settings. It's, just got a little extra kick.
How so?
I don't feel like I'm the best describer of things, but I don't know. I felt like numbish after a Lich Fire one. It was,
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
a little hot, a little cold, I haven't had one on the other fire mode, so can't help you there.
Ugh. Okay. Oh no. Okay.
If you wait too much longer, you will not have time.
I know.
To finish that.
I know. Oh no. I feel. Oh, crap. What have I done? Okay. Oh no. Do I have enough time to make a batch of batch of muffins on this setting? I feel like I need to see how they come out now.
Like the regular fire setting?
No, just on.
But yeah, you have
fire
time to make
setting.
one. Yeah, with one, you have enough time to make one batch for sure.
All right, because you know what? If his birthday's not till tomorrow, hopefully I can do something else. Because I don't want to kill the man. Because I don't know what he can handle and what he can't. So we're gonna make some muffins. We're gonna make a batch of muffins on this other fancy fire.
Which one? Demonic or undeath?
Undeath.
All right, let's get an undeath baking roll.
Ugh. That's not the best.
You pull out the rack, and it's not quite what you were aiming for. It's you're like, oh, it's almost ish kind of there, but you've never cooked in these conditions. But they are these muffins that have just almost like a red velvet muffin with no a red velvet like cupcake with no icing on it, like kind of reddish hue to them, but that it's not just a red hue.
I feel like this is the way it's supposed to look on this fire. I don't know, but I don't have time to do anything else. I have to head out. I will see you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. I'm sure I'll see you again. But thank you for letting me use your oven.
No, if you want to know more about the chef, you should just be here when my normal clientele isn't around. So like afternoon.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
let's rejoin the party.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, they're watching them.
Hedera, you're getting to the point where you're kind of going like, all right, like we're gonna leave. We're leaving. I don't care if we're leaving without Orlenna, but we're going to. Oh, good, Orlenna. Hey, we totally weren't gonna leave without you.
Totally was like, I'm so glad you're back. Just in time.
Thought we were friends. Thought we were friends.
Oh, we are. Yes. Today's kind of an important day.
I apologize. My headset died there. I did not hear your responses.
Oh, they were just
I
role
said
playing.
I thought we were friends.
Perfect.
We are friends. It's just today is kind of an important day, and I just want to make sure that we are on time.
You're telling me I had to get new clothes to look nice. Not every day you meet
Have
your
you-
ancestors.
Yes.
Have you been naked the whole time?
He poo beared it.
That is absolutely offensive. I can't believe that you asked me a question like that. What is wrong with you? Never ask anybody to just walk around naked.
Have you?
So the
No.
just the
So before, or were you just like geckoing it? Like,
Nai's wearing a dress.
yeah.
Hey,
I mean, it's very lovely. It is very lovely.
It's not a
I do
dress.
love the pockets.
It's flowy. It's very flowy.
I like the pockets too.
The pockets
it's a
are very
tunic.
wonderful.
We all love dresses with pockets.
It
Okay,
looks
this is
fantastic.
let's stop talking my poncho now. This is getting weird.
It looks like it feels
It's not
good.
a dress.
the
It's comfy and it has a hood.
I assume you were doing all this dialogue while walking towards the Shattered Pantheon.
Yes. Yes,
Of
we are.
course.
Yeah. There's no way I'm
Everyone
gonna
just
be
started
late.
walking immediately and just walked and talked.
Breakspear
It's
is
like,
trying
oh,
to
you're
catch up.
great.
He's
Let's
still late.
go.
Hey,
As
I have little legs, but I take fast steps.
You have to.
That's pretty much how I'm imagining.
as you make it to the Shattered Pantheon, it is a lot more lively in the area, as there are a bunch of mages, there's a bunch of nobles, and you can definitely tell that part of the Ambervale Royal Army is here as well. As you make it into the actual cathedral itself, there's a bunch of mages setting up different scrolls and things like that. There's clerics and paladins purifying and making sure everything is the appropriate way, respectfully done within such a somber temple. Up on one of the high rises, or not even necessarily a high rise, it's almost like a floating balcony. You see a bunch of noble dignitaries like the king, things like that, but it floats so high that it's hard to see any real descriptor of what those people actually look like. But you can tell just by the fanciness of it and just what it looks like in general that you're that is the who's who of who is here. As you continue moving forward, the mage that you had spoke to, Hedera and Breakspear, goes, "Oh, yes, Hedera, Breakspear. Good to see you."
Good to see you again as well. Thank you.
It's always great to be seen. How's it going?
Everything seems to be going as planned, so it is just... Oh, we're so excited. And Breakspear, we can't thank you enough for your heart scale, making all of this possible.
Yeah, well, you guys paid pretty well, so it's cool to also see ancestries.
Oh, Draklins and their tit for tat. It's good to interact with your kind more. And Jin.
Hello.
I did have a few responses from the Hermit's Hollow for you.
Oh, my master.
And he
Yes,
hands
thank you.
them over to you. The first one, the one replying to Breakspear's message, has an air of who is this? It says from Jin, but this is not at all what Jin writes like. I need you to verify who I'm talking to before I continue this conversation. And then the follow-up one from the second message that you said kind of opens up with okay, so the first message was legitimate as you're following along that same thread of information. It's really good to hear from you, Jin. I can't speak long about this, especially not over this type of communication. But you need to avoid Ricard.
Well, now, of course, he's not going to.
Well, that's just not an option.
Then
Just
he
thinking real hard
crumbles
about
it up a
this.
little bit and puts it in his vest.
There's so much internal debate.
Anything
Is
good from home?
there a response that you need me to send, Jin?
No. I gotta think about it. I think.
You just let me
When
know.
Breakspear asked about it, when Breakspear asked about the note, I would hand it over to Breakspear to look at. The second one.
Can I read this?
It's all in Doctor's handwriting.
What's it say?
But you're able to read it fine.
Oh. No. Yeah, we're not listening to that guy, are we?
What happened?
We have.
What was the response?
I kind of hold my arm up for her to take it because I know that there's, height difference. Oh.
Just a whole 2 feet taller.
Handing it to
Do this
Orlenna.
yourself. Oh,
Orlenna.
I got it. So that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah. But that's also not possible.
It's not. We have our duty.
And I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like we're searching him out. He just kind of appears wherever we are.
Yeah. Yes.
We go there, and there he is, causing trouble. Okay.
We do have a job to do, and that is to protect the actors. And he seems to be quite the antagonist.
But what I will say, based off of this letter here, since he said he can't go into detail through this kind of communication, maybe you should try to find out what kind of communication is the right kind.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
That is a very good point, Orlenna.
Well,
So-
once we're done here, maybe our mage friends can tell us a better way to get in contact or something. I don't know. I don't know how
I
this
would
works.
be happy to give you a few different options, sure.
Jin's just like his
Like
back
he's
to
right
him.
here. He hasn't.
He turns around like,
You're
oh,
still-
Yeah, I'm still standing here.
oh, thank you.
Still here.
Sorry about that. Whoops. I missed you.
If you can ask, maybe you should do it just in case you know who shows up again and we don't get the chance later.
yeah,
you should
well,
probably
yeah. What kind of better methods do you have to communicate with other than?
Well, I mean, there's like astral projection, where you two would talk in a more face-to-face-ish kind of style using arcane magic, and there's different versions of live arcane boards in which then you could speak in a more real-time approach. If it's really that dire, I mean, we could always teleport you there, Jin.
And how would he
Would you
get
be able
back?
to teleport him back?
Well, I mean, the Mage College there and the Hermit's Hollow, albeit it is a smaller branch of ours, they would still hopefully have the ability to teleport you back unless they've fallen so low.
You guys have a mage college down in the hollow?
Last I remember, we do, but I can't go back yet. It's not time. I can't face my master until I'm ready. But I don't know. Maybe we can do one of the other two. I don't know.
I would be happy to help set that up for you, but for now I need to return to our rituals and get tonight's festivities underway.
Of course.
So,
He's just
Where
tottering off.
where do we get to sit?
Oh no.
I mean, obviously we're not sitting up with the king and the who's, but we gotta get some good seats, right? It's my heart scale.
Oh, yes,
I think we can
imagine
bluff this,
so.
guys.
Probably should have
About
asked him before he wandered
5
off.
minutes later, the mage walks to the center podium area that they have, and he addresses to the crowd. And then, like, after he's done talking, a voice, like, kind of, like, echoes throughout everything. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. The festivities will begin here shortly as the magic is beginning to cultivate and the arcane winds are starting to blow. Now is the time to grab any last-minute drinks or snacks before the show begins.
I thought they didn't sell food up here. That's what they told us.
And then he
before.
turns around and he starts, like, conjuring. His hands begin to move. And at first, you don't really feel anything. And then all of a sudden, the temperature drops about 20 degrees. And a chill starts to roll through. A fog begins to permeate at the ankles, and it gets to the point where it's almost up to your knee in height. All the different arcane runes begin to glow and shift as, like, prismatic energy begins to go. And then finally, from one of the main sarcophagi, a dragon begins to appear. Massive in its form. It is almost made entirely out of pure light, and you look upon the spirit of Elrose.
Elrose? Whoa.
He's like looks at his own hands as if in disbelief that he's, like, even in this form a part of the world once more. And as he's, like, fully finishing to, like, assemble and, like, take his form, the mage turns around and again is like, ladies and gentlemen, you look upon Elrose, Lord of the Dragons, and High Master of the Legacies. He has not been brought back to this world since the fall of darkness, as the supplies and resources to do so have become so scarce. But tonight, he is here to spread wisdom and show his deific nature off to us and bestow us with wisdoms from the older age. And then the mage turns back, and he's clearly under a lot of strain, like, focusing the arcane conduits that are keeping Elrose, like, magified here. On top of that, you would note that the paladins and clerics and all of the other mages, in fact, even the ones not at, like, the main podiums, are also all, like, very heavily, like, locked in. Hedera, through your aura sight, you could see that a large part of this in, like, ritualistic encounter in general is being summoned and manifested by the presence and efforts directly from these individuals as they continue the magic at large. Elrose takes his first few steps forward, and he looks up to, like, where, like, the royals and stuff are, and his attention quickly shifts down to the party. He has a quizzical look upon his face as he leans very heavily in and gets maybe 2 feet away from Hedera. His head almost twice the size of your entire body.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Yaparadavos, it has been a while since I've seen you. You seem different.
Things have changed. I've been through quite a lot.
It seems so. I've been through quite a bit as well. And he, like, mockingly gestures to his spirit form that he's in.
Yeah.
As his front arms, like, touch the ground, though they make no sound, you feel the vibration of weight as he, like, shifts over and examines the rest of the party. Who are you? And he's looking right at Breakspear.
Oh.
Oh, little guy.
I am what your line became. I'm what happens to what's left behind.
A dragon. Interesting. And his head swiftly turns over towards Orlenna.
Oh, crap.
What do I smell?
It could be multiple things. It might just be me, but it could be many things. I have all kinds of muffins here in my bag.
Something smells of undeath.
Oh. Well, I do have a few of those. Yes, in my bag. Yes.
Did you make it?
Uh-oh.
Careful, little one. And then his head turns over to Jin.
I'm not that.
What did you make?
And he just like stares at you.
I couldn't put the oven clean enough.
Interesting. This is quite a party, Apatadavos.
It is a group of necessity.
I thought we were
I
friends.
assume I have not been brought forth to stare and to question. So, mage, what do you require? And he takes a few abrupt steps back, and the chill in the air immediately ceases, and a heat begins to bloom, uncomfortable and warm. The fog that was drifting quietly and gently around your knees begins to swirl and darken. As a bolt of lightning from what seems to be the very heavens themselves comes spiraling down and strikes Elros as he begins to emerge more. You see his scales begin to darken and redden as the spiritual glow from them fades and they become real looking. His claws bite into the ground and he looks maddened, crazed, darkened, enraged. With a bestial roar, the guards immediately begin to spiral forth. The podium in which the king is on is moved backwards through arcane means. The priests, paladins, and mages begin to shriek as they fall down onto their knees. Their eyes begin to blacken. Lights begin to extrude from their eyes, this pale, dark, reddish glaze. And the dragon stands before you.
Oh no.
And it prepares to breathe fire. Reactions from the party.
Alright, well,
What made him mad? What happened?
I don't know, but if he's about to put the fire,
my
we have to
God.
move.
All right,
I'm just
We gotta roll out the way.
all right, we're just diving out.
I'm gonna grab
You
one of
and
the
fire
scrolls
up.
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and use it to fire whatever the scroll is into his mouth first.
Okay, so Breakspear's gonna fire a scroll. Jin, what about you?
Janet is going to get out of the way so that he can begin to advance towards the dragon.
Okay. Orlenna and Hedera, you are also both getting out of the way, correct?
Yes.
Well, she'll burn up.
Duh.
She gotta go.
Yes, I don't do fire, so I'm
So
duck and
I'm
cover.
rolling out the way.
we're going right or left. Orlenna, you are going right or left?
I don't know where everyone else is. Oh no.
I don't know either. I go right.
Four.
I've imagined I'm on the right,
I was
so I'm
gonna
going
say
right.
I was gonna say right.
So we're going right. And Jin, what about you? Right or left?
I don't like left.
Jin would have broke right also.
All right, so the three party members are all going right. Breakspear is staying in front of the dragon. Let's get a roll for Breakspear.
Oh dear.
Try and reason with him. Like with Dad. Great grandfather.
Elrose!
Elros begins to breathe his fire, his head turning towards the party. So we're going to need a roll. The party that is grouped up running away. He's not concerned with the solo Draklin, but the three members running in one direction.
Of course.
So we're going to need a roll for our dragon, and then 3 separate rolls for our heroes all running right.
Hey, baby!
Hey, all
That's what we
right.
like to see.
All right, and let's see some rolls for our party all the same. Orlenna, Hedera, and Jin.
What is mine? I can't see.
Oh,
I'm off
so
frame.
close.
I'm off frame. What am I? Hey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Very nice.
Hed-
Not so much, but
Hedera and Orlenna, both of you are able to like make it off behind like the statuaries and pillars, and you brace for the incoming firestorm. Jin, you're like, all right, well, she'll go to that pillar, she'll go to the, and you realize that there isn't a third place to hide, and so you have to try to just like make do as the dragon begins to breathe out his fire. A bolt of lightning echoes from the scroll that our Draklin adventurer Breakspear is holding as he shows it to the dragon, and it doesn't hit directly into his mouth as he turns his head, but it scars the inside roof of his mouth, and his flames belch out into the ceiling of the Broken Pantheon rather than at the party. However, with this, the dragon roars out in pain, and then his head snaps back right, like looking at you, and he raises a hand to try and smash you.
Breakspear would start going at him, but towards the arm that's still down on the ground.
Okay. So let's get a roll off for this.
Oh my god. Oh. Not the slow motion.
The Hobbit.
Oh.
Hey!
Okay.
Don't worry,
Oh,
that's
wait
not
a
the
minute.
right one.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
right
no.
place.
I shouldn't count. We should do it all over again. I'm sorry.
Right.
So
Crap.
his hand comes down, and he's not able to land it directly on top of you as you're able to get too close to him. So it turns from like a smash into more of a slap as you are hit and you fly over and slap into one of the pillars. Let's get a fort check to see how you took such a blow.
Oh god.
Okay.
not bad.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
You slap into the pillar, and you're a little dazed, but you're like, okay, all right, I'm still in this fight. And what about the rest of our party? What are we doing? We just watched Breakspear get slapped aside by a large dragon. So he's just swiped Breakspear into a pillar. Orlenna, what are we doing?
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out what to even do because I don't think I can hurt a dragon. Crap. So is Breakspear like visibly hurt?
He's definitely hurt, but he's still clearly moving. He's still getting up. What are we doing?
Gosh. I feel bad, but I don't know if there's anything I can do right now. I might have to stay. I have to stay. I don't know what I can do.
All right. Orlenna is aghast looking at this massive dragon, having just batted Breakspear aside. Her action is held for the round. Hedera, what are we doing?
Trying to shoot up a wall. Or trying to think, like, do I want to do a wall? No, okay. So I want to try to like restrain the dragon with like just sending out like vines to come up from the ground around it. Not anywhere close to me. I'm not going anywhere near it. But like since it's in like the since it's in the thing, and like I'm sending it from like underneath where the dragon is, and like having it trying to come and like restrain.
From behind. Like
yes. Not coming from me, coming from like right underneath where he's standing at. Like it's just
And Jin, what are we doing?
Stay away.
Right.
Jin's gonna run over to where Breakspear is and like help him up. And then gonna be like, we do this together. So,
Alright,
and
would
then,
you
ready
run in front of the dragon or underneath his like belly area?
Oh goodness.
we taking the shortest path possible.
Under the belly? Alright. Let's get a roll. We'll roll Jin's stealth versus the dragon's perception to see if he notices you underneath him.
The 6, stop!
He slaps. He has slapped Breakspear aside. His head's turning back towards the party, and he sees you, and he's like beginning to turn to posture to be able to strike at you. But let's see that roll from Hedera.
Please be better.
Please be better. Please be better.
Hey,
Better.
the sponsor.
Yes.
That looks better.
As he's turning over and he's beginning to like turn more, Hedera's able to wrap roots and vines around his like the fingers in his claws, and he's not able to like turn his body the full way around. The only thing he's gonna be able to attempt to do is whip at you with his tail. So his tail is flinging around at you, Jin. What would your response to that be?
Going for an acrobatic dodge. They're just
Alright.
trying to jump on in.
Let's get a roll.
Jump on it? You're gonna jump on it?
Not on it, but just trying to jump his way to victory. I don't know,
Where are you jumping?
I'm jumping over the tail. Ah!
I'm doing piggyback rides out here now.
Oh my god.
Giant dragon, use tail whip.
Don't you know? Gotta do the unnecessary flip.
Oh my god!
Oh god.
Hey!
Okay.
The tail comes swooping in from behind you, and you're able to jump up, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to dodge this, but in the air, you think to all the practice that you've done versus Ricard and how he manipulates his body in mid-motion. And so you turn your dodge into a springboard and you jump off of his tail. The blow still like whips you forward and you slap into the pillar a little bit yourself, but you're able to like brush your arm off. You're a little in pain, but you're able to grab Breakspear's hand and continue.
Breakspear.
You're saying to Breakspear?
Oh, Breakspear. We got to do this together. It's the only way.
Is it?
Yeah, that would have worked if you were on the other side of him. Come on!
We can. He can't
It's
hit us
okay.
both.
Have you seen the size of him?
Very
Of
much
course he
can.
can hit us both.
Let's get a roll for Hedera and the dragon. Actually, we'll make this a roll off for Hedera to see if she can
Okay.
continue to contain the dragon in her vines.
All right, let's go.
I will not be bound by this. Where are you hiding?
I'm gonna need you to calm
little
down.
Forest wisp.
Hey. Forest Whisper. Excuse you.
I get him some chocolate
Come
milk.
on.
Oh snap!
Like his original struggling, you contain it. You're able to you're able to hold his muscle, his rage, his flailing, but then from deep within his almost his very being as a dragon, fire erupts from his breath all over the plants that are holding him within. And though his claws are scorched by his own fire, he has been freed from the very roots. You almost feel a singe yourself, like not directly, but it's such a thorough destruction from this dragon's fire that the plants like drying out and being eradicated so like ferociously, just it gives you like a little bit of this raw feedback almost.
Dang. That went deep.
He slaps his hands together and dust, soot, and broken scales come flying off of his claws, and he turns to the two would-be assailants to his left, Breakspear and Jin, and he prepares another breath. Reactions.
You go left, I go right. And then I'm gonna just start running. And as we're running, I was like, do dragons have any weaknesses?
That was my next question.
Perception check for Breakspear.
He's like, okay.
Oh!
Yeah.
Sidebar with Breakspear.
Dang it! Oh, come on! I want to know too.
In this moment, you're beginning to sprint away, and you hear Jin's words, and you're in this sense of awe, a slight panic, everything that you kind of knew you would feel looking on such a pure form of the draconic kind. And as those words hit you, are there any weaknesses? For a brief moment, you're just racked with this utter terror of no. That was kind of the whole issue in the Fall of Darkness, is that there was no easy fix to dragons. And as you run and the heat begins to bellow within the throat of this massive beast looking down on you, you feel heat around the missing scale that you have near your heart. And by chance, you glance up, and as you look at this dragon, you realize you've seen it before. You saw it in your very vision. You know this dragon. Your mind flips through the pages of the book. This is a descendant of the darkest flight, the darkest legacy of dragons. And you look up, you see a missing heart scale, because all of them had to pledge their fealty and show weakness to their lord and master. Back to the party. As the two of you begin to separate and run, Jin asks the questions. Breakspear, do these things have any weaknesses? Breakspear, you don't have long to respond, as the dragon is about to breathe his fire. But what would you say in the moments you have?
He's missing what I'm missing. Aim for the heart.
That's what I said. That's what I said too.
Is it loud enough for all of us to hear?
Let's
yes,
everyone has heard that. Yes.
Okay.
Let's flip a coin, and let's do heads. It would be Jin. Tails, it's Breakspear for who the dragon is focusing on.
Fire.
The 50-50 chance.
Yeah, we're the dragon's breath begins to like build up. You see his scales like rippling, this arcane might building within the throat of the dragon, and you see his eyes darting back between these two. Jin, obviously you've just thwarted his attack and made him feel foolish, and Breakspear, you are of a lesser creation than him, and draconic kind is not nice to those that they can bully. As the arcane magic again begins to swell deeper and deeper, you notice that the claws themselves begin to almost reform back to their original look, and in this moment, as they're reforming, you see the flickers of the yellow glow that was before, as if this is not truly a physical creature, but something around a spiritual creation. This energy begins to be hidden as the scales fully formulate back over and take up their normal look and projection. So yes, one. We're gonna get on a 1. It's Breakspear. On a 2, it's Jin. Let's find out who the dragon's aiming for. Sorry. We'll do good for Jin, bad for Breakspear.
Oh no.
Oh,
The bad.
no!
Going out to Breakspear.
His eyes lock into this Draklin. He begins to breathe his breath. Jin, would you do anything when you see him turn his head like this? You see him abruptly change directions to look at Breakspear.
As soon as he changes direction, Jin is gonna cut to beeline at the dragon to try to get in close to actually do something, because ain't nothing I can do from out here.
Perfect. Hedera, any action?
Orlenna, do you have your arrows with you?
I sure do.
Do you want to try to aim for the heart?
I was gonna try. Should I put anything on the arrow, or should I just shoot an arrow?
5, 4, 3,
Do the poison.
2. What are we doing? 1.
Put poison arrow.
Okay. Poison
Aiming
arrow.
at the heart, where the heart skill would be, because that's what Breakspear said.
Perfect. And Hedera, are you doing an action?
I am going to try again to restrain his limbs so that he doesn't shift out of the way for
Perfect.
her arrow to...
Better aim.
Yes.
And Breakspear. The dragon locks in on you. His breath begins to permeate. What would your reaction be to this?
Breakspear would stop dead in his tracks and grab for that last scroll to do one last scroll right at the dragon, head on.
Oh my god. He said, I'm a dragon too.
He said,
That
we
means-
backing down.
We need a roll-off
Oh no!
for the Draconic Might versus Breakspear.
Breakspear!
Come on, little
Breakspear!
buddy!
Come on, little buddy.
He shouldn't have come with me. I feel like Jin's watching this like, Breakspear! No! Get out of the way!
Yeah, just like that.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 1.
Oh no!
Okay.
But his is a
This is
7.
gonna be
It's not.
interesting.
It's not super. But it's not super.
The
either. It's a
magic
7.
of your scroll begins to activate as the flames begin to cover your body, and we'll come back to you here in a second. Let's see the roll to restrain from Hedera and the roll for Orlenna's shot towards the heart scale.
Come on, please. Come on.
Holy
That is
moly.
not good for me.
Yeah,
Not good for me.
That's a
But-
20 though, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what?
Yes, it is.
Good. Orlenna's
Is
good.
your-
Okay.
The
Mine
the
didn't work out so well,
vines
but it's okay.
the vines from Hedera try to grow, but the fires from that is like licking across the ground near the dragon's feet is too much for the plants to be able to grow. They weakly grab at the other side, but restraining that wasn't the goal. The arrow, however, flies and it hits dead on where the scale would be. And Jin, as you're like running up, you see the arrow sink about halfway into the figure, and you're seeing him shudder from it. What would you do?
You know Jin's jumping up in there to kick the arrow the rest of the way and just, ha ha!
Of course.
Let's see it.
Oh, that's the bad!
No!
That's the
I
bad!
know. I know.
God.
Oh my god. I'm about to flick that shit away.
The
just
tiny
left it.
dice!
So we go over to Breakspear, and Breakspear, we are going to need a very unfortunate roll. We are going to need oh my goodness, how can I forget my own thing? Calamity. A roll for Calamity.
Calamitous of 10.
Oh no!
Just
Oh
7.
no! That's bad for us, right?
Low. That's a low Calamity roll.
You're holding up the scroll, and the magics begin to billow out from it, but the draconic fire hits, and it starts to singe the scroll, break the scroll. The magic bindings of it become untethered, and they arc out in all directions, one of which, as Jin is jumping towards the arrow to punch it, slams into his side. Arcane burns singe across his skin as he's sent flying out and slams into, over near Hedera and Orlenna. And the arcane bindings are just ripping you across, ripping across you. The fires are burning you. Your silk robe is incinerated near instantly.
No!
As your scales begin to almost melt, you, my friend, must roll against the Reaper. Which is a d20 representing your fight against death itself. Using my dice, let's see how you do.
Oh my god.
Beat time!
Oh, God.
Defense wins, right? Right?
Right.
The draconic spirit stands up. He lets out one roar, and as he bellows out in his rage, you all feel the echoing hatred. And for a split second, as this roar pierces the very sky and stone itself, you feel inside yourself everything that you hate. Every moment that you've been slighted, every bit of distaste, disgust, rage, anger. You see forests being burned for no reason. You see your vengeance that you need to claim just being ripped away from you. You see your body failing you. You see everything that would make you scream out in rage and anger and hate. As the scales fall from the creature and slap into the ground and break as if they were made out of glass or some weak crystal, for a brief moment, the spirit of Elros shines there in his golden form before disappearing into a cloud of mist and small golden little butterfly-like looking creatures. However, in a sundered ruin of smoking debris lies Breakspear. Very, very near his death.
Jin's gonna.
Would
run
anyone
over
like
for
to take an
I
action?
was gonna. I'm going over because I'm gonna force feed him a muffin, a regular muffin, because I still have them. I got regular muffins. Well, the regular muffins just aren't special. They're just not drug muffins. There's regular healing muffins.
All right,
Jin's gonna run over and just stand there and look at him, just like.
Let's see how this regular healing muffin does.
Because I don't know about
Reggie
the
No
magic.
pressure. Let's see this roll.
Come on, Reginald.
Okay,
That is the sponsor. The sponsor coming back in.
Sponsor.
Breakspear, as you begin to ingest this muffin, you feel like for a brief moment everything starts to tunnel in around you. You start to see everything that you've been working for just slip away from you as you begin to just teeter on the very edge of everything that you hold dear.
Don't like that.
But then
Not the red light.
No.
your eyes
No.
Yeah, nah.
You just see Jin standing over you going, Breakspear! Breakspear!
Oh nah. Not
Don't
today.
touch him. He's burnt.
Yes, he is still very badly burned.
He's healing. He is
I'm
healing.
not touching him.
Okay?
I'm not
Leave
touching
alone.
him. I'm not touching.
Do you want another?
With everything settling down, different priests and paladins rush over and they begin applying healing salves and healing magics to him to help ease the burning and like increase his healing process.
Muffin saved the day.
Hedera. Hedera. As you like look for the voice, you see at the center podium, near crushed from where the draconic like figure had stood moments ago, is the mage at the center altar, like in a pile of rubble, like reaching out.
I go to him.
Get that
What
man
happened?
a muffin.
I could.
There was another magic. It wasn't.
Oh,
Damn. just like that.
I didn't even have time to try to give him a muffin.
It was too late for that man.
Priest and cleric still rush over to the mage in an attempt, but everything that they do seems to have no effect as he is past the point of standard healing.
Are there any other mages around that are still alive? Any of the other ones? that were
Yes, there
contained?
are, like the apprentices and things like that.
Hedera is very angry. She's going to rage. At can I use my intimidation at the other mages?
Okay.
I scream for them,
Oh.
and I'm yelling at them, asking them what happened, what happened to make this go wrong, what other magic got in.
Let's see in intimidation check.
Shit.
Well, not very good, but
It's an average.
There's a lot
Like,
going on.
Exactly. There's a lot going on. Emotions. I mean, people are already shouting. The mere fact that you're able to break like over the noise of like orders and the king still being like evacuated and things like that. Not all of them, but a few of the mages do come over. Like, yes.
what happened?
I couldn't really tell you. Our job for most of the apprentices was just to be a kind of a conduit, a bouncing point. The main director of the spell was, and he like looks down at the dead Grandmaster.
You must have felt it. What happened? What did you feel? Something changed.
I felt a different type of arcane magic, something older, something. Definitely not something that we would learn at the Mages College.
What did it feel like? Where did it come from? Did you sense its origin?
It came from inside the ritual, so someone had to bring this with them.
Are any of you, any of the other mages here newer that you don't recognize? Did anyone travel from outside of your college?
The newest mage that was invited here has been with the school for at least 3 years.
There's no one new from the festival.
None that we trusted within the circle. And the clerics and paladins that were with us, all of them, for their orders, have to have quested for, some of them, decades.
Are there any of your number that are not accounted for right now?
No, everyone appears to be here. Let's get a party perception check.
Oh.
Party roll.
Perceptionless.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an actual 20. Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Look at you being all perceptive, Jin.
Man, I can see, but I can't fight, man. How that's supposed to help me?
As all of this is kind of
Every
like
time.
settling in and settling out, you're looking, and there's just something catches your eye, and it's like, especially as you remember back to like the beginning of the encounter, how the arcane like was moving. It was very like a flow, like air, like water, and you see for a moment, in just a moment, a string that seems to kind of like exist and then disappear.
A string coming from where?
Almost like one just in the air. Like the visualization of it would be like those spiders that like, you know, travel via like their webs, and that like you'll just be like walking and it'll be a one in the middle of nowhere. Like, where was this from?
Yeah.
Like that.
Where did this come from?
Like, no, you're just itchy because you walked into like a web.
Exactly.
I don't
So
know what
we
this
all saw the string.
Yeah, you all see like a little glimmer. None of you rolled poorly. Jin, let's get a sidebar for the extra level of detail that you notice.
Oh.
That's right. He got this.
Oh no.
As you look, like for you especially, like while you see this little shimmer through the air, you note that it travels almost directly upwards, like into the sky, almost like where the bolt of original energy came when the ritual was like being disrupted. The other thing that you notice in this moment, and you're not 100% sure, but like as you're like following it up and you glance back down and you look like at the mage, you swear for the slightest second that you see a pair of eyes looking at you from one of the back like corners of like the ruins, and then when you like double back to look, there's nothing there. Let's return to the party.
Thanks.
So
Yes.
did everybody see that string? I feel like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So everyone else did see it. Okay.
Yes.
Everyone
Yeah.
everyone did see it. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no, that's just what she would say because she knows she's
Oh,
not
cool,
crazy.
Yeah. She's like,
it
oh, you
looks
saw
like
it
it-
too. Okay, that's good.
It looks like it came from up there, from where the lightning came from. And then, but I feel like while Jin's saying this, he's like, kind of like moving towards where he thought he saw somebody.
Okay.
To look around over there, but like I think I saw something over here. Yeah. As he's going, like,
You saw someone?
When
I
when
thought
you
I
get
saw someone watching us.
when you get there, Jim, you like turn the corner, and there's no one there. There's nothing there, but there's also no way that if someone was in this, that they could have left.
I see.
So are we following him? Because we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes, I'm following you.
Following it because what?
Yes.
just
Hedera
kinda-
is big mad. Hedera's big mad. She wants.
Like what's going on?
This I don't know.
Jen,
Anyone?
what's happening? You said you saw someone.
I thought I saw someone watching me from over here, but there's no one here. But there's nowhere they could have gone if there was somebody. I don't know. Is it something magic? Do you see anything? I don't know how this works.
Hedera wants to send out her aura sight.
Unless you're still here.
You do not see anything in aura sight.
Do I sense magic?
Let's get a roll for that. See if you can fine tune it. Because yes, you sense magic. There's a lot of it right now.
Well, obviously, but I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
sense,
hone
like,
in.
Magic.
let's see if
Magic's
you can
blocking me.
hone in.
Damn.
Nope. Sure can.
Nice.
Yeah, as you try to like sense magic, it's just this riptide of raw energy still like whipping around this area, as there's so much like arcane magic from the mages, the clerics, the paladins, and all of the residue of what just happened.
Can't get anything. It's too much.
I'm not
Someone
even
has
sure.
to be here.
I'm not even sure what I saw, but they couldn't have gotten out of here if they were here. But is it really a person? I don't know. There's so much happening. I don't understand.
I want to search. Search through the
Search.
area.
Okay, so what did you think? Okay, we can search. But what did you think you saw? Was it just like in black, or what's?
I saw. So what I saw was the line, the string that we all saw, and then I followed it, and it looked like it came up in the sky from where the thunderbolt came down and struck Elros. And then after I looked down, I noticed in the corner of my eye what seemed like a pair of eyes watching me from behind this pillar we're standing next to. But and I came over here right after that, and then we haven't seen anybody. But I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here.
Okay, well, I guess we can try to look. What color were the eyes?
I don't know. They just
Let's get a in general roll for the party as they search the ruins. Little party roll. I like party rolls. They're fun.
Party roll.
Damn it! This is a
Damn,
bad
I'm not
one,
very
though.
perceptive now.
But they are not the greatest at searching and finding things. Hedera, you are the only one who finds anything, and it is just you find one of the scales from the draconic creature that seems to have not like fully broken apart. Like it's just like about this big, like a dinner plate almost in size scale that doesn't seem to have crumbled to ash like all of the other arcane residue.
Okay, I keep it. I'm gonna hang on to this.
Yeah. Just like
The party does realize, though, especially with the state of how tired they are, how damaged they are, if you're Breakspear, that if they're going to have any chance at celebrating the manager's birthday tomorrow, that rest is required.
All right.
I mean, we can't find the guy, or whatever it was.
You're
So we gotta
right.
pick. Are we taking Breakspear? Are we picking him up, and you can?
At this point,
And
Breakspear
I can
is
craft
able
like
to.
a litter. I was gonna say, I was like, I can
Oh,
craft
yeah.
like a litter
Yeah.
to carry him.
He's this whole. I mean, Breakspear's version of like helping look for things was like his head turning like.
I don't see
Nope.
There's a big hole in the ceiling.
I'm over here.
Guys,
with Jin.
Did you notice the Grand
Pick him up.
Master? He got squished. Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay. Cool. But that this whole time that all this was going on, paladins and clerics were sitting with Breakspear to help stabilize, heal him, and get him up and.
Up and at him.
Yes.
How much debris is on the Grandmaster?
And they
There's
kinda
not a
cleared his
huge
way
amount of
out, right?
debris directly on him. He was more crushed by the dragon's like bulk and weight as he stepped over.
I see.
And he like physically manifested.
He was
It
not
just
prepared for that.
ponders.
He was like a bag. He's like a bag of pretzel sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about trying to go over and run this man's pockets, but I don't think Jin would do that. I think he would leave this man alone.
Pretty sure they've already carried out the Grandmaster. I'm pretty sure they've already.
Breakspear
Like,
would. He's
Breakspear
like-
would have
Yeah.
ran his pockets.
I would
Jin,
run that
though,
old man's pockets.
while he was still alive, he was just laying there. He just in his pocket already.
Like, oh no.
You're not going to be needing this.
But so with that,
Hey,
the party
look,
does venture back to their home, and each one of them crawls into to their own bed to rest for the next day. And to get ready for the manager's birthday, we're going to go on a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back to celebrate and have some fun and absolutely nothing else.
Oh no.
That's
Oh,
sketchy.
God.
See?
That is
See you in 5. And we're back from a break. We've had some fun tonight, you know, a little adventuring, a little talking to our mentors and figuring out that Ricard needs to be avoided, but the party doesn't seem too inclined to listen. We went up to a big ancient, ritual after Breakspear got himself a new coat, and then subsequently lost that new coat to a giant dragon boss battle. So it was a lot of fun. But he's not looking too good because he got burned by a giant dragon that he tried to fight. Maybe not the wisest, but hey, Breakspear is a bold individual. And now we have to prepare for a birthday party, which means we're going to invite our party back so they can let us know what they want to do in the moments before going to celebrate such a joyous, affair. So we have a little time to kill, with the exception of Breakspear. What would everyone like to do as they prepare for the birthday party? Because Breakspear, you're just trying to get better.
Yep.
Damn.
So we'll start with you, Orlenna. What would you do with your time before the manager's birthday party?
Okay, since I did not successfully make him a specific birthday muffin, I guess the only thing I can do is try to use that community oven, but clean it this time so it doesn't taste like meat.
Okay. Hedera?
I'm studying the scale that I picked up.
Perfect. And Jin?
Somebody
I would like to once again redouble my efforts to locate my boy Breakspear some new duds for his heart scale hold.
Aww.
Because he is all crispied up and his other scales don't look so shiny right now. So I need to help him out.
Could have got a present for the manager.
Right?
Man,
let's.
I don't even like that man like that.
Let's start this off with a roll for Hedera. See how those muffins turned out.
Hedera?
Hedera bacon now?
Sorry, with Orlenna.
Right?
I looked at the wrong the wrong panel and my brain just said words. Starting with Orlenna.
Come on. I can't see it. I don't know what's going on. I can't see
slide
it.
on over. Oh
shit.
Oh. So the muffins
Reggie
come
muffins.
out.
Come on.
And as you're looking at these muffins, you're like, oh, this is worse than the other ones I made. Oh. Would you like to try to rush out a batch?
I might as well. What I got to lose?
All right, we're gonna get a little forced action here. Let's see it. Orlenna trying to rush out a batch of muffins. What could go wrong?
No.
It's
our sponsor. Our sponsor.
Indeed it is.
Exactly. This episode brought to you by the number 17.
17.
So you're much happier with this batch, but the fact that you had to rush through it all, you're still like this is about as good as I could get it, with the fact that you had to cut some corners. So this is better than that batch you made prior, but you're not sure if it's better than the one you made in the bar the other night or the other day, with the exception of that it wasn't made on undeath mode. So you'll have to decide between the muffins that you have which one that you want to give. But let's see a roll for Hedera to see how she understands the scale as she studies it.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
So, for the most part, it presents itself to you as a pretty standard dragon scale. You're surprised with how real it presents, given that it was made from arcane creation. There's almost a sense that it existed for real in some way, other than just the creation of it. The other thing that you note is when you look at it through your aura sight, it is the most violently disturbed and dark aura that you've ever looked at. To the point where looking at it in your aura sight for an extended period of time starts to you feel your own mood start to mirror it.
Makes me angry.
Mm-hmm.
Impact
and
mode.
let's get a roll for Breakspear to see how he is recovered. How well has he been able to actually just bed rest? Or is he one of those Draklins that constantly gets up and has to be told to get back in bed?
Probably.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, look at
he
him.
restrained himself.
He understood the assignment. Breakspear was a good little Draklin, and he snuggled up in his little comforters, and he just brooded and angrily awaited his day to walk amongst. He's just like, I just gotta get to this birthday party. Why am I going to this birthday party? Fine, I'll go, but I'm angry about it. And finally,
Do it. I don't like it.
the epic quest for Jin to see if Jin can find a heart for his friend.
For Breakspear.
Wow.
No.
This has been my number tonight. It has been unfortunate. I can get a better sponsor.
As Jin, you look throughout the town again. You're just like, this is all the same stuff. Where it's like that's nothing, and that's I walked into the same store. I really don't know what I was expecting.
Yes, I was thinking.
When you just kind of walk back disappointed. I didn't do training today because I looked for this, and I did a bad job looking for this.
Jin got lost and went the same way.
However, there is Jin, as you're walking back to the homestead. You see Indigo, and she walks up to you, and of course she says nothing, but she looks at you. She holds her hands out abruptly with a box, and then she goes gestures at you, not, and then points down a lower height, and you just get the feeling through this weird gesture that this is for Breakspear.
I reach out and take the box.
She gives you a nod and then just walks away.
Yep. You're like, thanks.
Jen's gonna look in the box immediately after she walks away.
It's not for you.
Jin, as you look in it, it is a identical robe to the one that Breakspear was wearing during the fight.
Oh. I was like, oh, this is nice. And I continue I take it back to our place.
All right. And you meet up. The party has reconvened.
Breakspear, this is for you. From Indigo.
At least you didn't take credit for that.
Thanks.
Hey,
Yeah.
Whitney. You weren't there. You don't know what happened.
Yes. This one. Put it on. Hood up. I don't want to be seen. I'm hurt.
He's like the emperor
I'm small,
after
crispy
getting hit.
chicken.
Did he say McChicken?
Oh, they turned my boy into some chicken fries.
And the
Chicken
time
Palpatine.
has arrived for the party to head off to the manager's birthday. You had all received a card in the mail. Not really the mail, but someone handing it to you, inviting you to a bar, and how the bar has been bought out and reserved for all of those to come in attendance and celebrate, the manager's birthday. And you head out to the bar.
Exactly.
And when you get there, you're like,
The bar.
this is a pretty big bar to when you get there, you're like, this is a pretty big bar to have rented out for a birthday.
Is it the
as
bar?
you open up the door, you see this. I mean, it's just multiple tables of space, and you're like, this could have probably fit 40, 50 people, and you just see 4 waiters and waitresses, 2 bartenders, and a host, and they're all just kind of oh, hey, wow, yes, welcome to the reserved meeting for a very special birthday. We'll get you you can sit with him. And off in the corner is the manager, yes, hello, hi, come.
He's so happy.
Oh, I was, I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, I mean, after your scrap with the dragon everyone's talking about, I kind of thought you might not show up, but, you know, we'll have a good time, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yes.
are we late?
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
We did.
Oh,
Are we early? Early?
It, appears that, no one,
Jin?
has come. Well, I mean, except for you, and that's wonderful. It's so great. I really thought, you know, with if I sent out all those invites, if I at least had the room for half the invites, it would work itself out. But one table will do, and he kind of like taps it a few times. All the drinks and food are on me as well. It was provided for each table, so have as much as you would like.
That's all you had to say.
Oh no.
It's going wild.
Oh.
I mean, I figure, you know, why not go big, right? You know?
You're absolutely.
It is your special day. This is the day for you.
I-
So, yes.
I mean, the day started off not so great. I mean, being fired and all on your birthday wasn't the best way to start everything off, but, you know, it's all right.
Wait, what?
I've got my friends here
I'm
now.
sorry. What did you say? Why were you
Oh,
fired?
Fired? Why?
Well, it appears that with you all moving on to be the security for the Thespians, they didn't require me anymore, as they didn't deem it worthy to fill your previous positions, and they can't exactly just have someone being manager of no one. So, well, you know, they let me go. But I mean, still great for you all. I'm so excited.
Well, don't we still need a manager?
We do. I was just going to say that. We don't have
So
a manager. We're
that
just trying
is
to.
one of the
don't-
things that
we-
I had brought up, but it seems that my direct supervisor, my boss, is going to be taking over that role. So, yeah.
Yeah, you should let them. We'll let them know. We don't want them. We want you, bud. Just you.
Well, if it works out, fantastic. But they did serve me my papers today, and I did sign them. But now, what happens happens. By the way, have you seen the sergeant in a while?
Who?
No.
Kind of figured
No, we haven't seen
would have been one of the
the
ones to show
sergeant.
up, but I haven't seen him.
And how
Oh,
long?
well,
Let's not
Must just-
dwell on Sergeant Miss Anger.
You're talking about the mean guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sergeant Compensation.
While this is happening, by the way, Jin, food is being brought over to you. Drinks are being poured. There's everything like under the sun. There's meat. There's sides. There's vegetarian options. There's vegan options. There's like etheric options. There's elven food, dwarven food, human food, like draconic food. There's foods you haven't heard of from like civilizations that you've never even dreamt of. Like it is just like a very, very fully catered, under-attended birthday party.
I feel so bad for him.
Going around.
I try to
and
walk up to Hedera or like slide and try to speak out of the side of my mouth.
Slide.
Do you have a way to get Mark here? I feel like this is the perfect time.
This
Sure.
was- I was
We
thinking
should've-
the same thing.
We should have brought the
Should've looked at
Thespians.
We
And
should've.
yeah, we should also try and grab Bash, Z,
Anyone.
Sasha, Indigo, Mr. Okrim LeFort, whatever his face was. I always forget his name.
Anything. Anyone.
All of them.
Help him out.
Perhaps I can go and collect them.
Help him out.
That would be wonderful. I think we will help him out just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So who is leaving and who are we trying to get? Hedera?
I am going to go grab Mark and the Thespians and bring them.
Perfect.
Oh,
So
bring
Hedera,
him out.
Hedera is excusing herself to go do that. Do you like tell the manager what you're doing, or how do you excuse yourself?
If you would just excuse me for a moment, I do need to step outside for just a bit. I will be back to. I just have some things I need to do outside. Just need to be outside.
She'll be back.
Please, you're fine. It's all right, Hedera.
All right. I will be back momentarily.
She needs
Wonderful.
regular sunlight.
Let's give a roll to see how successful Hedera is in rounding these others.
Please
up.
be good. Please be good.
Please be good. Oh, God.
Use intimidation.
I know,
Oh.
right? Oh, no.
So
I feel like that's just Mark.
You are able to find Mark easily as you go to the where you would find the Thespians. They're not on stage. They're not in their like dressing rooms, and like when you briefly go by their quarters, they are not there. So they must be out somewhere else.
Crap.
Fantastic.
Would you like spend more time to look for them, or would you return to the party?
I think I would send Mark on ahead to the bar to tell him I will be joining them back momentarily, but the others will be there. I kind of fill him in on what's going on, and then I'm going to continue looking for the Thespians.
Let's see a continued roll.
Mm-hmm.
God.
You'd be better.
Justice!
Yes!
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 As you're walking and you're like, I can't find them anywhere. A house plant on a window, like the vine begins to curl and point, and you look and you start walking, and the house plants like along the road just keep like pointing until finally you see the Thespians, and they're actually about to walk into a bar.
No.
Up. Hello! I've been looking for you all.
Oh, Orlenna! How are we doing?
Hedera. I'm
Oh.
Hedera.
I'm so sorry. And you see like the glaze in his eyes as he's
I see.
very
You've
clearly
been-
like a few bars in, and
You've been
you
bar
note
hopping.
that,
I have the perfect one for you to come to.
like Zai,
Everything is free.
Z is like on Bash's shoulder, like holding onto him, and Bash looks and is like,
Oh, no.
"Free."
Everything is free. Come with me, my dears. We have a party to attend.
And that they shamble following you. Like you hear them like crashing into carts occasionally and things like that.
Oh, no.
As I lead the way, I'm just like, at least they're coming. At least they're on their way.
Back with the other group.
hmm
Yes.
And we return.
It's just
We have returned.
Running
So
out.
right now, we're going to do the intermediary part. So Hedera has just left, and she's going to grab everybody. And so how are you liking the new position? Is it I hope it's better. Yes.
I think
It's-
I'm enjoying it.
It certainly lights a fire in one's soul.
Oh, it's much more suited to my talents than our previous job.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful to hear. I mean, after all, the only thing I ever was able to do was dig up that one job for you guys at the bar.
But that's okay. We got a lot from that job at the bar.
Well, I
And
mean,
that
in
bar
a way-
itself.
In a way, it kind of opened up the path to success for you all. And to think it wasn't even our jurisdiction. I wasn't even supposed to know about that. And he takes
Why did
a
you know about it?
big
How
drink
did you
from
know
a
about
glass. Well, I always say a job isn't done until it's finished, and well, I just wasn't content with a security team sitting around and not securing things. So I like to keep an ear to the ground and figure things out for myself. You know.
Yeah. But
So
where did you hear it? Where did you hear that from?
It was from, where did I hear it from? Oh, you know what? It was from the manager of the security team that you all have replaced now. Funny enough, it was actually within their jurisdiction to go and check that whole bar out.
How
You
long
don't
did
say.
that manager have that position?
Oh, not very long. In fact, I believe he was let go at the same time I was. Otherwise, he would have been the same manager as the one that you have now.
What's
Do you
his
happen
name?
to know?
I'm sorry?
What was his name?
Oh, his name? Oh. I could figure that out for you. I don't happen to remember it. That's...
Let's start with a J.
I don't believe so, no.
I don't happen to
But
remember if
I
he was-
will, I mean, tomorrow when I'm back in the office to do my last day, I'll make sure I grab that for you.
That would be great. Even though I still don't think it should be your last day. Because you were good at your job.
Well, I always try.
Yeah, and you gave
Mark.
you gave your boss.
Sorry?
So you gave your boss that great day that one time. You gave him that muffin.
Exactly.
Had that wonderful day.
Exactly. You'd expect that that would account for more, you know? You know, doing a good job and knowing the right people, but apparently not. At this point, Mark walks into the bar like, "Oh, hey guys."
Arr.
Hedera kind of said this was a party. Am I late?
You're
You were right
just
on time.
in time. Come on and
Oh.
pop a squat.
Okay.
Everything's
And he,
free. It's great. Jin just
He has a more reserved reaction than Jin, but you definitely see that he's like, oh, okay, and he's like piling his plate up, and like sits down and starts eating.
This
I don't even
is
know the manager's name.
I
No,
don't
it's,
know his name either.
I will say, I do find it a touch interesting that the other security team was just let go. I understand that they were underperforming, but it still seems a bit odd to just throw away a bunch of heroes, whether they were doing their job well or not. You know, I guess, if I was the adventuring type, you know, I'd look into it more. But alas, I am not. Pencil pusher as it is.
See, we never even met the rest of the security team. Just the head of the security team, and no one else ever showed up.
That's odd. I believe 2 of their members are just working out at the Amber's Ale Inn and the Crossway Point from Ambervale.
They're working there?
Oh, well, I mean, they had to get new jobs. They were fired.
That's true. Well, wait.
In
okay.
fact, I believe some of them were even issued do not returns while the festival is partaking. It seems
Oh no.
a bit. Again, it feels like it was a bit much.
Well, which ones are working there?
It was a Dawn and a Russ.
Okay.
you don't ever remember what happened to Boomyzoomy, do you?
Oh, you haven't.
Was he one of
You
the
haven't
ones
heard.
that got a?
Uh-oh.
'Cause he
Haven't
was-
heard what?
Boomyzoomy was found, well... And he graphically, like,
Oh.
mimes out, like, a beheading, basically.
Where
Oh,
where was he found?
Oh, he was found out, I mean, kind of near-ish the front gate, kind of on like the road that you would take to some of the pop-up bars, and people said it looked like something just kind of gnawed through his neck.
well,
Okay.
he did like
Vampire
the
names.
bloodsuckers.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I guess they liked him
Alright.
too.
Well, what?
terrible.
That's fine. Wait, there was one other person though. Who? What? Do you know their name and what happened to them? 'Cause there was four of them, right?
Yeah, there were four of them. No one knows where the last member of their group went. But I mean, if you wanted to know more, I bet those two down at the Amber's Ale would be the ones to go talk to. In fact,
Okay.
you know, if I was an adventuring sword, I'd do it myself. But I'm not. Is there any chance that you might do that for me? As
Like
a
for
birthday
you,
gift?
or
Like
you
it.
want to come?
Even
Or you wanna
have
come
to
with?
ask.
Oh, I definitely am not the adventuring sort. I wouldn't deign to join you, but if you would look into that for me, it would put my security heart at ease.
Of course we will.
The door opens and Hedera and the Thespians walk in, and
I have
as
returned and I've brought guests.
like as they walk in, Bash immediately just like walks into a table, and the whole table like collapses from the force that he like walks into it in like with, and Okrim like goes over to the hostess and just starts like flirting his mind out. The only person who appears to be sober is Indigo, as she just kind of calmly walks and sits down at a chair at the table, while the others all drunkenly make their way across the room.
Does Indigo
Sounds
sit at
alright.
our table or just a table across the room?
One table, like the closest chair to your table, one table down. And she sits and just goes like,
Hello. So look who I bumped into while I was just outside. I'm
Oh,
not
I
doing
can't
anything.
believe the Thespians are at my birthday! Joyous!
Is the party all sitting together right now?
The party,
Like,
yes.
We're all like at one table, right?
Yes.
I want to like
yeah.
lean in like away from the manager, but like, so what's his name again?
Mark, I
My
see
name's
you made
Mark.
it. Congratulations. I mean, not congratulations, but I'm glad that you figured out which bar it was that I directed you to.
Yeah. Thanks,
Glad
Hedera,
it-
for the invite.
Of course, and we did promise we'd get a drink with you, and this seemed like the perfect time.
Yeah. And he like cheers and then kind of goes back to his meal.
Have you met the
Oh.
manager?
No one knows.
Our manager.
And the two of them are like that. Like they greet each other and they begin talking.
I wanted to hear the greeting so I could get his name. I don't know his name.
The manager. His name is the
All right.
manager.
That's fine.
Just
That's what
go.
we're going with now.
Jin's gonna bite the bullet. He's gonna go over. He's,
Oh god.
like, you know, now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever heard your name before.
Oh. I guess I've only ever told you that I'm the manager, haven't I? Oh, that's comically silly. No, my name is Brynjar J. Adams.
Redguard.
All right, the name I will never be able to say. Oh, okay. Sorry. I have a errand I have to attend to really quickly. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna fucking
Sure.
speed walk my way on
And
out
he
here.
goes back to talking to Mark.
I go over to Indigo and kind of show off the poncho, and I'm like, thank you. It means a lot.
She like holds out her hand and like pats your like pseudo snout in a very like compassionate way, and like if anyone else did a gesture like this, you would probably find it offensive, but something about the care and earnestness in her motion lets you know that it is a genuine, like, you're welcome and thank you for, like, not dying.
Like it.
Thanks for not dying.
Thanks for not
I
dying.
try not to. I'll make certain I keep up that good work. I'll get a little better.
As you like naturally, as you kind of like look around the bar, Mark and the manager are talking. Okrim is still chatting up now more than basically he's chatting up the hostess and one of the waitresses. Sasha is like trying to pull Bash away from flirting with just a pillar. Like he's just looking at a pillar in the bar, and he's flirting with it, and she's just trying to like pull him away from it. And Z is literally just laying on his back with his belly up under like a torch, sunbathing, basically. And Jin, you said you were excusing yourself. What are you excusing yourself for?
I'm gonna go to another bar. I'm gonna find another bar where there's a really good atmosphere in there, like people are having a good time. That's the first part of the mission. And the point being, okay.
You're gonna poach the patrons from another bar.
Oh,
That's it.
Oh, God.
This is my sponsor.
You look around and you're like, where? If I was a bar, where would I? There's a bar, and you walk over, and it's got people in it, but they're just kind of like normal drinking, like just kind of having dinner, etc.
Onwards, I must continue my search.
Oh no!
All right, we're gonna spend more time away from the party. Let's see what he gets for this roll.
Oh, God help me.
6.
No! Our sponsor!
You leave that bar, you walk down the street, and you're like, oh, that's another bar, and you look inside, and it does have more people, and they look a little more, like, festive, but it's like maybe 10 people.
You know what? You better take the 10 people.
10 good people is better than 20 so-so people.
20 empty chairs.
One more time. You gotta give it 3 good
One
tries.
more time into the breach of trying to find a bar.
Shit just doesn't drink. He's got bad taste! What is this?
You're looking, you're trying to find a place, and then the only other place you find is like you find an eatery that specifically doesn't serve alcohol. It's not even a bar. Like, it's just like families with their kids eating dinner.
Oh my God. Alright, well, I gotta go back empty-handed.
And so Jin returns to the party.
Oh my God.
The night gets wild. It gets crazy. There's like eventually Z wakes up and he starts playing some music. There's basically drunk karaoke within the setting. Would any of you partake in drunken or maybe not drunken, depending on how much your character did or did not drink, singing with the Thespians?
Ooh.
Well, yes.
Yes?
Oh, he's definitely hopping up there.
He's doing something.
The manager for sure does. He gets up there and he sings. He's arm in arm with Okrim as they sing different tunes, and Bash and Z are performing different like bardic songs and things like that to keep everything going. And you guys party hard later into the evening. The party like starts to wrap up, and like the Thespians are like, if we don't leave, we're gonna be screwed tomorrow, because we have to be ready, and tomorrow is their last rehearsal before they have to start doing shows with the festival opening. So they're like, thanks for inviting us out. We're so excited. Very graciously they depart. Being led by Indigo, still the only member not intoxicated.
Of course.
Good old Indigo.
At this point, Mark is just face down, like in food. Like he just kept eating and drinking so much that he's just passed out. And the manager comes up to all of you. Well, we are getting to the end of my reservation of this place, and I just wanted to give you all a few things. I know it's my birthday, but you've been so wonderful to me that I got each of you a little something, and he hands each one of you a box.
Aww.
Got you something too, bud. And I bring out the kazoo that I got in episode 1, and I give it to him. Here's the kazoo.
A kazoo.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
Nothing else.
Wonderful. Thank you. And he.
Orlenna, did you give him his muffin?
Much.
I didn't. I was just going to say I still have something for you.
Oh, you do really? What's that?
I do. I made you a muffin for your birthday.
Oh, really? Which muffin are you giving him?
Look here. I have a question because I have a bag full of muffins at this point. So I'm like,
Are you able to keep them all?
you know how many muffins I still have?
You need a bag of holding for your muffins.
I have so many muffins.
I'm worried that you don't have them all straight in your head, and you're about to pass them. It's gonna be a random muffin.
Oh, I had to write it all down. But I feel like the safest muffin to give him that's not a regular muffin at this point is not the muffin with the glaze, but the muffins I baked in the oven before cleaning it, and they got the residual. I feel like that's gonna be the best muffin.
So the ones you made on the undead fire, that one?
No.
Okay.
Not that residual.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm afraid. We like the
residual drug.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So I will say, those are at this point well over a week old.
Oh no.
As we have simmed, forward in time.
Oh, that's true. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what the undead muffin will do. I don't want him to be like sad.
You'll turn him into a zombie.
So you said you had something for me. Well, then I'm not trying to rush you. It's.
I know.
While they're doing this, Jin's gonna go around and he's gonna just put as many meats in his pocket as he can. Exotic meats, just.
Not the pocket meat.
Pockets before we leave. Exotic meat, baby.
You know what? I want to see what random muffin I can pull at this point because I'm afraid to give him the undead muffin.
So what are you doing, sir?
I mean, use my ability to see what random muffin I can pull.
Let's see it.
We're gonna roll. I don't know what it means. Delicious muffin.
Delicious
muffin.
Delicious muffin.
Oh, how
All I need.
You reach into your
You
bag
have a
and you're
muffin
like,
die.
oh, perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful. And he immediately just takes a large bite out of it.
That's all I wanted.
This is fantastic. Oh, no wonder my boss loved it so much. Oh my.
Justice was done.
Well, I am glad I made it just for you.
You know what? Let's get a deception roll for that.
Oh,
No!
I want to know how this ability works. Does she just spawn muffins out of nothingness? Hey,
oh, nice.
Okay. I was
Nice.
gonna be so upset.
Oh, I
It's
can
nice.
absolutely tell. Oh, everything about this is so fantastic. You clearly made this explicitly for me.
We did it.
Oh, I'm glad you love it.
Yeah, I'm
Happy
glad you love it
birthday.
too.
But please, I know it's my birthday, but I'm a little excited to know if you like what I got you all.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm gonna open the
Yeah.
box.
I'm gonna wipe my hands off and then open the box.
Yeah.
Christ.
Pocket meat.
Alright,
So we'll start with Orlenna. Orlenna, when you open the box, it is a small set of matches, and they are very clearly though made from some, like, they've got like elven inscriptions over it, followed by dwarven runes. And as you pop open, like you kind of slide it open, there's like this overly sweet smell to them, as if the wood itself of the matches is almost like flavored. Hedera, the smell of this like attracts you over, and you look and you like see it, and you know exactly what it is, which is their matches made from a very rare tree. It can only be extracted from the tree willingly, which is one of the things that gives it its sweet nature. When it's taken forcefully, it has a sour and like gloomy texture and tone, versus when it is taken like willingly to make its like from its bark. And they are fire starters for cooking. That is what you have received.
Oh.
Cruelty free.
Where did you get these?
Well, not to get overly dour about it, but I might have spent money that I might not have anymore. So, enjoy them, and don't worry about it.
Oh. Well, I love it. Thank you.
Wonderful. That was the point of the gift. Not the crippling debt, but the joy. Hedera, what about you?
Okay. I'm very excited to see what I've got.
Hedera, it's just a small little pouch bag. Would you open said pouch bag?
Okay. Yes.
Inside is, as you smell it, it is clearly extremely fertile soil, and it is it's just like a bag of super fertile soil.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it so much. Thank you.
That is
Where did
terrific to hear. You know that
Where did you
actually
find
comes. It comes from an elven heart tree out in the lands beyond Ambervale.
Oh my goodness. You spent a fortune on this as well, didn't you?
Oh, crippling debt is definitely a word to describe my current predicament.
Oh dear.
Gosh.
It is very thoughtful though, and I love it so much. Thank you.
Happy to hear so. Breakspear, what about you?
Oh dear.
Peek inside, open the box.
It just looks like two cone, two mithrily, silvery, shiny looking cone things. And at first you're looking at them and you're like, what am I even? And then it dawns on you that they are like teeth caps for your main two gripping, biting teeth. So that instead of just biting in with your bone, that you'll have a metal reinforcement to your bite.
I put them in immediately and give him a big old toothy grin. Is like, thanks, bud. I love them. They're gonna get a lot of use.
Oh no.
I'm very glad to hear that you like them. So one of the cool things that I was told about them is that they basically, unless you are the one to pull them off, if you don't mind, and he reaches over towards your mouth and he pulls on them, and it just feels like he's pulling on your tooth, not on a sheath. But then when you reach up and grab it, it just slides off effortlessly.
Oh, that's weird and cool.
And
You spent
Jin,
way too much on this.
definitely so. Yes, Jin. What about you?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just start opening it up.
When you open it up, you are looking at 2 pairs of like hand wraps, like the ones that you wear. Only these hand wraps, you immediately recognize them as one of the like wrappings that is made specifically for like some of the greatest like heroes in training from Hermit's Hollow. Like this is like the gift that you give to someone that like is bound for greatness.
Where'd you find this?
Well, it took a bit of digging, of course, to find, but well, once you know who to ask the right questions to, you can find just about anything.
Thank you so much. Not even my master's ever given me anything half as nice as this.
Oh, well, you know, happy to.
Just gonna start. Just immediately change the shit up.
Well, I'm glad that you all liked your gifts.
Why did you?
Well, they were hard to track down, but you know, again, the right people and such.
Why,
really went too
why
far
did you
with
get
you. You
us
didn't-
presents for your birthday?
No, if I'm being quite honest, it's I rented out a place too big. I knew people weren't going to be coming, but I knew all of you were, and well, I just wanted to show my appreciation to each one of you. I know you're not here for the security. It was made painfully obvious from the first time we met that you all have your own goals and aspirations and motives and such, but not once did you ever back down from something or skimp on your training, and I appreciate that the effort that you put in, for such a lowly task that we had to work together, and I just really wanted to show my appreciation to you, not just as my friends, but as people. Genuinely trying to make the world a better place. And like I said, I'm not the adventuring sort, but if I can help make the place, this world we call a better place, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, especially if it's just money.
Thank you. You're very kind. Very pure of heart.
I'm gonna speak for those two. I point to Jin and Orlenna, but I hope you know that on their birthdays, you're probably gonna get a gift too.
Well, I definitely can't wait. You let me know if we're celebrating a birthday, and I will be there for you.
I was gonna say, you said tomorrow's your last day.
Sorry, we lost you there for the end of your sentence. What was
Yeah.
the question now?
You said tomorrow's your last day, but are we ever gonna see you again?
Oh, I'll be around town. If I end up leaving Amberville, I'll make sure that you have some way to contact me.
Okay. Well, I have one last gift for you.
Oh, really? A second one?
Yeah. I mean, it is your birthday after all. Alright, so I'm literally just giving him the money that I got for the muffins. So remember I got
Cash or
No, because remember he gave me 2,000 gold for the muffins. I'm giving him the money.
Oh
I
my
got
god,
for
that's
the muffins.
right. He gave you so much money.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
This will help me out so much. And he just like hugs you, like just like.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm
Okay,
a hugger.
while this is happening, I want to lean over to Hedera and be like, Hedera, I'm getting a flashback. Can you look at him with your sight, please? I just want to be sure. I don't want to be sure. I just want to be sure we're not getting
He's the one
played
who get
again.
Jacobed again.
All right,
I
will
swear.
use my
If it's a card,
aura
I'll be mad
sight.
as hell. I will be so mad. It's like this. My hands fall off. Like ah!
As you look at
Okay, sorry.
as you look at them both, Orlenna's aura is totally normal, and so is the manager's. It presents as always has when you've interacted with him
Not dark.
in previous encounters.
I was about to say, he said I'd be so pissed off. Like Adam!
Okay. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, nope. That's for you.
So I do know that you all still have many questions to look for and to do, and I'm really, and he like gets a really hushed tone. I'm really not supposed to talk about this, but and it feels a bit crass with telling someone how you got someone's gift, but I really think that you should and he stops talking. He pulls out a little piece of paper and writes it down and just like holds it out kind of like to the group for one of you to take.
I'm gonna take it.
And so just like look into that, okay? And yeah. Anyway, they're giving us the signal, and like the wait staff is kind of like, come on, like let's go. We need to. And so you all are, head out from the bar. He gives each one of you a big hug, presuming you allow him to, and like heads off to go home.
Yeah, I grabbed as much meat as I could as we're walking out.
Oh my god.
And
yes, pockets full.
the group is walking back to the homestead, and you may talk amongst yourselves.
What does it say?
Okay, what does it say?
You have it in your pocket.
And so as you read the note, it says basically it's just an address. It is one of the like the churches for the Paladin Order, and it says one of the like confessionals, and that's it. It says like a location, a confessional. And then it says start by saying, I guess I'm not really looking. I'm sorry. I guess I'm looking for nobody. But what I really want to know is, and then it like is like a fill in the blank.
Can you read that one more time for me, please?
Orlenna?
He said, I guess I'm looking for nobody, but what I really want to know is blank.
So we go to this one particular confessional in this
Does
church.
it say which confessional?
Yes, it says a
Maybe
very
there's-
specific. Yeah.
How do I identify it? It's
Will it
specific
fit all
here.
4 of us in the confessional?
You're supposed to confess alone, ma'am.
I
I
like
know,
you
that's
guys,
why
but
I
I don't
was
want to
like-
be stuck
Sorry.
that tightly with you.
You're not that
How are
big.
we all? How? Yes.
But
I'm not
so-
saying me. I don't want to be looking at your butts the whole time. Like, God.
You
You,
have to like
you-
butts by now.
You can sit on my knee.
You all do make it back to your homestead, and as you get in and you settle in and you do whatever your nightly real rituals to get ready for bed. Breakspear, you take some of your molting scales. Jin, you get in a little last minute movement and
course.
sparring. And each one of you goes into that. You set up your ingredients for the next day, Orlenna, as you're making sure that way you can just wake up and get to baking. And Hedera, you go into your room and you kind of like let yourself settle in and kind of play around with growing things out of the soil. And each one of you finds your way into your bed. And as you all lie there, each of you are struck with the feeling of tomorrow is the grand ceremony. The opening ceremonies to the festival, and everything is going to begin. So much lies unanswered with everything going on, and the weight of the experience for Orlenna, the sense of balance and this retribution being sought after, and the people who hang and the decisions that are going to be made. Hedera, the sense of self and searching and longing, and the smile of some of the new growth that you're going through with this intrepid party who in the beginning didn't really care for much at all. Breakspear, as your scales they ache, and you angrily kind of like groan under your breath as you're ready for this new sense of power, this new something's gotta give, and you need to claim something. And then Jin, as you lie there, the only thing you're listening to is your heart beating. And you feel your feet get warm, as if sand is under them. And you hear the call of the arena in the opening ceremonies tomorrow. The crowd cheering, and your heart beating louder and louder in your chest. And as your eyes begin to fade off, and everything begins to get darker, and you slip into that state between sleep and what lies beyond the land of dreams. He's staring at you. Ricard. In the warm sand. And that does it for our session tonight. Many more. A journey still needs to be taken as we continue forth into our opening ceremony. It is going to be an absolute blast, and some hardships lie ahead, as combat for sure is in Jin's future. But for tonight's session, thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a great time. I know we did. And until we see you again, have a great time. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
See you later.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.
A wonderful night.